actually does matter.
Ben Brust.
So they can't execute the way they want to play offensively.
This is Kyle and Brust.
Did you call us idiots?
Yeah.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
It is a great day to be alive on this Thursday. Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. I am live from the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison remote studio. Back in the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio in the 3rd Street Market Hall. It's Kyle Wallace. What's going on, Kyle?
Nothing much. Big payday for somebody in Green Bay.
A big payday indeed. Running the show is Alex Stroh.
It wasn't my big payday, just for the record. I want to clarify on
I
that.
don't even know if you gotten a raise in the last 3 years.
Congratulations.
Just between the other side of the wall and me is our guy Ryan Wollersheim holding it down. The news of the day. Christian Watson signed to an extension by the Green Bay Packers. 4 years, $110.5 million average annual value. About 27.5. A signing bonus of $31 million. They locked up Jaden Reed for 3 years, 50-ish million. Matthew Golden's on a rookie deal. Is Tucker Kraft next? They have their quarterback. So much to dive into, but I toss it over to Kyle Wallace. Would you have done what Goody did, and you as well, the K&B fam, 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. You can see us on YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison, and we're always on the ESPN Wisconsin app. You know what, Strofe? Just throw that in the poll right away on YouTube. Would you have done this?
Yeah,
If you were Goody.
The thing is when you say this, do you mean re-signing Christian Watson, or are you saying giving him $27.5 million, 40 or 31-some million guaranteed dollars? What are we saying? Are we talking about the dollars?
This
or are we talking about
is the contract.
Based off the
contract is 4 years, $110 million, with 31 as a signing bonus.
Yeah, based off the contract, the Green Bay Packers clearly overpaid for Christian Watson. I know a lot of people talk about, but he's so talented. I agree. I think Christian Watson is extremely talented, but for a guy who's never played more than 15 games in a season, for a guy that's never had more than 620 receiving yards in a season, for a guy that's never had more than 42 catches in a season, we are still talking about potential going into year 5. He has given us number 3 numbers, but Goody gave him a number 1 salary as a wide receiver. So it just puts a lot of expectations on him. Did he earn these dollars? I don't believe he's earned this contract. But will this end up working out? TBD. He's a really good receiver. He's a great piece for the Green Bay Packers offense. And so I like the fact that we're keeping him around. But the dollars, if you ask me, if I was a GM, I wouldn't have paid him that much money. He's literally being paid more than Jameson Williams out in Detroit. And Jameson Williams has 2,000-yard receivers, by the way, with another guy in Amon-Ra St. Brown, who also is an easy 1,000-yard guy. So I'm just saying, based off what we have paid Christian Watson, it was an overpay because it wasn't based off production. It was based off potential. But my goodness, you look at Lucas Van Ness, who already got the fifth-year option and extension that he's going to be with the Green Bay Packers not only this year but next year, where he's getting paid over $13 million, and we haven't seen the production on the field. Now we're talking about Christian Watson, where in spurts we have seen Christian Watson be incredible. In spurts we have seen him be good and consistent, but we have not seen him put it all together. So yes, this was a complete overpay for Christian Watson, but this is the Packers betting on the potential that Christian Watson is over all the nagging injuries, all the inconsistencies when it comes to health, and they believe moving forward he can be the 1,000-yard guy. So now when I look at Christian Watson, he's the number 1 wide receiver because he's being paid like it, and I expect number 1 results. And for Christian, I think it comes down to being healthy for the entire year. Can he stay healthy? That is to be seen.
A lot of reaction rolling in. 800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. If you were the general manager of the Green Bay Packers, would you have done what Goody did in offering this contract and signing Christian Watson to 4 years, $110 million? Again, the way the Packers construct their contracts does not mean that they can't move on from him at certain points. The full details of the contract obviously need to be revealed before you know where the cap hits are and whatnot. But ultimately, when he tore his ACL, saw potential in what he was able to do, especially, in his rookie year, he had a 4 or 5 game spurt where he was unbelievable. He's shown flashes of brilliance. And I would actually say that the best football I've seen Christian Watson play was last year, coming off of that ACL. And I was expecting that it might take somebody who had been injury prone a little bit more time to trust his knee, but he was hitting short routes, intermediate routes, deep routes. He had become, in my eyes, in my opinion, one of the most consistent wide receivers he had been in his entire career. But again, that goes to, he still hasn't played a full season. Now, if you take his 61 yards a game last year over 10 games, you extrapolate that, you're basically at 1,000 yards. So it ultimately comes down to health. This is a gamble on potential and health, right? The potential is there. But when you're talking about a guy in your 5th year on getting a contract on potential with the injury concerns, it's a gamble. It is 110% a gamble, and you won't know if this pays off until he shows that he can be healthy for an entire season, because when healthy, I think he is very productive and a very, very good wide receiver that can change the outlook of games. But all of what I'm saying is in a perfect world in which we haven't seen 17 games from Christian Watson. When he is out there, he is an impact player for this team on different levels, taking the top off. And again, I think coming off that injury, he was the best receiver he has been. And if he can build off that, you should expect him to put up 1,000 yards. You should expect him to be your number 1 wide receiver. You should expect him to as well, because they say as well, Tausch has talked about this, when you pay somebody and it may seem more than what they're worth, they're paying you on potential, and it's up to you to live up to that contract. But ultimately what this boils down to is they are gambling on that potential, but they're also gambling that he can stay healthy for an entire season, which is a scary proposition. It just is at the end of the day.
And that's my biggest thing, is that when you can't say for certain that this was a great signing, not because you don't think the guy has it, but it's because you don't know what his health is going to be, is why it's concerning. But I'm sure, as you said, the way the Packers construct contracts, there may be an out for the Green Bay Packers at some point. But again, I as a Packers fan, I'm happy that we keep him. And I don't play general manager. I don't work the dollars, so that's not for me. So as a Packers fan, we should be excited about the fact that we know that we're going to have the duo, we're going to have the trio of Reed, Watson, and Golden all together. And then hopefully you add the quad and you add the great pass catcher and tight end and Tucker Kraft. Hopefully he's next to get that extension. But I'm still very concerned about whether or not he can move past some of these injuries. It's hard for me to think that a guy in their 5th year who has not ever shown you what he can put together is getting paid this amount of money. But I'm sure his market would have been.
He showed you what he can put together, but not on a consistent basis.
He didn't. No, that's the thing. Just because you play 10 games or 13 games, you're not showing me what putting it together. I need for my receiver to be there for all 17 games. I need for my receiver to show up in the playoffs in a very big way. Again, I think Christian Watson did fine in the playoffs last year, but I think, the way they moved the ball around, everybody seemed like a lot of receivers seemed like they were eating against the Chicago Bears last year. But when I look at this contract and I look at the extension, I do believe the Green Bay Packers overpaid. And it just seems to me that Goody, when it comes to the guys that he's drafted, he doesn't shy away from giving them money and giving them big time deals. And with this deal to Christian Watson, he's a true deep threat for this Packer team. And the biggest question mark isn't whether or not he can be good. The question mark is if he can be healthy. And this is a huge risk by the Packers. It really is, because if he's healthy and now you got money tied up in Christian Watson, well, that's money you could have redistributed somewhere else. And that's a guy that you're not going to have on the field if he isn't healthy. And now you're depending on other guys to, pick up that slack. But I don't think this keeps Tucker Kraft away from signing. Now, if this was him or Tucker Kraft, then I'd be heated. But knowing that there's no way in the world that they would give him $27 million per year and give him this big extension without signing Tucker Kraft, because Tucker Kraft is the best pass catcher on this team.
Would you sign Christian Watson to the extension that he was signed to if you were Goody? 64% of the people early on are saying yes. And again, I I think they were in a position where I don't know if they had any other choice. Because if
what do
you
mean by
don't
that?
sign him, if you don't sign him to extension, then he walks, and then what do you have left? You moved on from Romeo Doubs. You moved on from Dontavian Wicks. It'd be Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden, and then you got to go to free agency, which they typically don't do to sign wide receivers. Then you're building through the draft, trying to get somebody young with Matthew Golden getting into his third year, and Jaden Reed. Like,
Ben,
I don't know. He is a different type.
Most teams have a really good 1 and 2, and then the number 3 is a solid guy that may give you, 500 to 600 yards in the season, which is what Christian Watson.
But he's also different than Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden. He's so much different than what he can bring, and
he's good. But
again, what he's shown, I can't believe you are as down on him after what he did last year. I know it boils down to health.
Who says I'm down? I'm not down on him. I'm just
like. And by the way, on the
health.
overpay comment that you made, the salary cap's going up. It continues to
go
up.
I don't buy that.
What do you mean you don't?
I don't
it's
buy
how
that.
It works.
Because
it's a different percentage than what it was.
Jameson Williams got $26 million a year ago. Ain't no way in hell that Jameson Williams and Christian Watson are on the same level. If Jameson Williams got that type of money a year ago, Christian Watson should be getting at least $2 million or $3 million less than what Jameson Williams got. They're not in the same. They're not in the same conversation. Jameson Williams is a better wide receiver, a more consistent wide receiver over the last 2 years as well. So that's why when you say $27.5 million, that's good money. That's really good money. That is number one wide receiver money. Not like elite wide receiver, but that is number one wide receiver in the NFL money. When you look up and down some of these rosters and some of the guys that actually had 1,000 yards in a season and have consistently done it, they're not making as much as Christian Watson. And neither of them, some of them not even making close to it. I can throw names out there that I won't bore people with, but Christian Watson has not proven to be more consistent or a better receiver than a lot of these other receivers that teams have that is making significantly less money, who all signed a contract extension in the last 2 to 3 seasons. So
the Packers are banking on the guys that they have invested draft picks in.
Just because you drafted a guy doesn't mean he's the best.
That's what they do. That's their strategy. They're gambling on the potential that they believe that they have in their locker room. And if you disagree, then what would you have done differently? What would you have done? Because they signed him to a small deal for him to prove it. I thought he played really well on that deal that he was given to earn an opportunity to get paid more money. If you don't sign him, then after this year, you're looking at Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden. Yeah. And I don't know if that's good enough.
I mean, if at the end of the day...
You've locked in your 4 guys. You've locked in Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden on a rookie deal, 2 more years. They'll probably pick up the 5th-year option. And Tucker Kraft's going to get paid. They would not have made this signing if they didn't have money for Tucker Kraft. And I think that's something that Jason Wilde has talked about with us, which he'll be joining us at 2:30 today. So I don't think there's any concern about that. Ben, if you believe in those 4 guys, then who cares about how much he's getting paid?
Ben, if this is how I would approach it. And it is what it is. Again, I'm not mad that they gave him an extension, because I think at the end of the day, if he does stay healthy, this would be a benefit for our team. But, Ben, if he plays well at the end of this year, say he played really well this year, you didn't get a contract extension done, guess what you can do? You can franchise tag him for that same, probably next year, $27, $28 million maybe, because I think the franchise tag this season was $27 million, and maybe it'll go up to $28 million next year or whatever it is. If he
You'd have been mad at that too.
No, I mean, if he performed and got 1,000 yards, I'd be like, okay, that's a steal. The Packers might have missed out, but nobody can say with certainty that Christian Watson is going to live up to this contract. Nobody can say for certain that Christian Watson is going to stay healthy. If he showed us in the past that he stayed healthy, if he showed us in the past that he put up big numbers consistently, nobody would be complaining, nobody would be questioning any of this. But the fact that we have not seen it before, and we're talking about not year 2, not year 3, not even year 4. We're talking about potential in 5 years for a player. That is why there's some skepticism around this. So again, I would have made him play it out if this was the number he wanted. I would have made him play it out to see exactly what would have happened, and then I would have franchise tagged him if he went off this next offseason, and then he would have earned that money. But as of right now, nobody can tell me that Christian Watson earned this contract, because that would be a lie, a pure lie. He has not earned this contract. This is based off what the Packers think he can be if he can stay healthy, which is something he has not been throughout his entire NFL career.
Kyle, per Adam Schefter, it looks like he's saying that they signed Christian Watson to this deal because they do not feel as if they are going to be able to afford Tucker Kraft, and he will hit the open market when his contract is up.
No, you're just making that up.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I know you're making it up. I wasn't falling for that.
It was worth the shot, because if you were caught in your emotions and you believed me, I would have loved to have seen you just yell for no reason.
No, because the Packers aren't a stupid organization. They're not. They make some questionable decisions, but they're not a stupid organization. Everybody knows that Tucker Kraft is the guy. He's the dog. He's the difference maker on the team.
He's the yak daddy.
He is. And so Tucker Kraft is going to get paid, especially after the guy from the Steelers just got paid at, I think, like $12 million a year. So I still think Tucker comes in at the $16 to $18 million a year mark.
Well, the Christian Watson deal is inked. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace. Alex Stroh, for the show, your reaction to Christian Watson getting 4 years, $110 million. Would you have made the move? A lot of people are scared, as they should be, on if he can live up to the contract because he has not stayed healthy as a Green Bay Packer. We continue on. Kyle and Brust reacting with you. 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talking text line. Next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
Payback is I sure have. I still got a video from a lady talking crazy to me. I said, oh, ma'am, I am writing a review.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Bryan, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Got a grad to celebrate? Make it easy with a Cousin Subs gift card. Buy $30 in gift cards and get a free 7.5-inch sub for you. Valid on any Deli Fresh or Classic sub. So while you're giving a great gift, you're getting one too. Simple, thoughtful, and way better than a card that gets tucked away. Stop by your local Cousin Subs today. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hey y'all, it's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints remind me of those days, but I'm not looking to sit still, and I definitely am not interested in going under the knife. That's why I chose QC Kinetics.
Not just for elite retired athletes. QC Kinetics gives everyday folks joint pain relief using regenerative treatments that work with your body to help repair joint damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to help me feel like myself again, and I'm proud to recommend them to you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Service and savings. It's Woodman.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint.
I feel save you tons of money on Johnsonville Brust.
Select 10-pack varieties, $8.99, or select 5-pack varieties, $4.99, or 2 for $9.50.
Ay caramba, hot prices on Johnsonville.
10-pack, $8.99, 5-pack, $4.99.
Everybody loves grilling Johnsonville Brust.
Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This offense needs to 100% run through Christian Watson. This guy is capable of 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns.
The inconsistency and the dependability has been an issue with Christian Watson.
That is the man who signed to a 4-year, $110 million deal, Christian Watson with the Green Bay Packers. I believe that was AJ in the Berg on a phone call on the Carpless Talk and Text line yesterday saying that the offense needs to run through Christian Watson. Kyle Wallace thinks it's a little bit of an overpay and a reach, but ultimately he has a chance to prove his worth. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofer on the show. Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin reacting to the Christian Watson signing. Now, I think the interesting place to go next here is whether you would have done it or not, you can still keep voting on that, but it is done. And now it's about expectations, right? Where are your expectations? And I find it fascinating as you look across some of these prop sites of what his expectations are from a receiving yard standpoint. You see anywhere from like 790, 780. So we'll split the difference. We'll say he's projected to be around 785 yards over under 785.5. We'll say that.
That's it.
Immediately you say that's it, and immediately to me I'm saying that's it, because if you're signing somebody to this contract, the expectation is that they can get to 1,000 yards as a wide receiver. And like I mentioned, last year in 10 games. He averaged 61 yards a game. If you take that over 17 games, that is 1,000 yards. Now, I think it still is interesting because if you added a 17th game, he'd be under 1,000 yards at that 61 yards per game, but that's not the world we live in. It's 1,000 yards is 1,000 yards in 17 games. But yes, he needs to be that consistent guy through 17 games. I guess if you were to make an over-under, is the over-under 15 and a half games you need him to play because he's never played a full season? Kyle, what are your expectations now that you know that Christian Watson is getting paid the way he is?
It's crazy to me that we're talking about 15 and a half games when it's a 17-game season, 18-week season where guys play.
You can say the same about Jordan Love. He's missed a couple games this year.
And I don't take it easy on Jordan Love, but I mean, listen, JSN played all 17 games last year, right? George Pickens, another guy that had a great year last year, he played in all 17 games. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the guy right on across the way in Detroit, he played in 17 games. So I think for me to say I want my wide receiver to play in 17 games, that's not asking for much. But based off what he is getting paid, I fully expect for Christian Watson to at least have 60-plus catches next year to go for over I would say 1,000 yards. But know how the offense really going to run. I think he's a 1,000-yard receiver, and he needs to have 60-plus catches, especially with how explosive he can be. He can get to 1,000 without getting like 80 catches or anything like that. But I expect Christian Watson this season to have at least 60-plus catches for over 1,000 yards, and I expect for him to have 8 touchdowns. Now, touchdowns aren't an issue. I believe that he will be a great red zone threat. You saw it in the Bears game, him running a nice little route there. He has a very big body. He's very fast. So I think in the red zone, he could be a great threat if he can be more consistent with being healthy. But when I'm looking at Christian Watson next year, I'm looking at 60-plus catches for over 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. That should be the floor.
Forget the prop. Forget over 785 and a half.
The prop is disrespectful for a guy who just got paid that much money. But that plays into my whole point that he was overpaid.
But the prop exists because of his past. The prop exists at that number because of how dependable he has been, or not as dependable as he has been.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I were to ask you to put money on it, you'd probably be like, well, after what we saw with Josh Jacobs, we were like, oh, that's like 60 yards a game rushing, and hits his over 1,050 yards.
Money.
Exactly. He gets injured, and you have the injury history. If he stays healthy, I think it's an easy over for Christian Watson to hit over that number.
This
for
would be a
17
career
games.
year for him. That would be a career year for him. 700 yards, career year.
If he plays 17 games at this point in his career, he is good enough to go for 1,000 yards.
Oh, I
it
agree.
all comes back to the dependability and the availability. Because I've mentioned it many times. I'll never forget the injury report. I saw it come across my Twitter feed in the middle of a game. Christian Watson has left the game. Chest, back, and head. There were 3 injuries on the injury report for someone leaving a game. Not just one thing, 3 things. And it's been multiple things throughout his career that have
even
hampered him.
even last year when he came back from the
hamstrings,
ACL,
you name it. There's been concussions, I believe, as well.
When he came back from the ACL last year, remember, he got hurt in that Denver Broncos game where he had to go to a hospital. He didn't miss any time, which is great. I'm happy that he was able to stay healthy once he came back from the ACL injury. But again, that was still something that it's football. Guys get hurt. But that's the biggest concern. The concern isn't the talent. The concern isn't whether or not we think that he can be impactful. The concern is availability. And the best availability, the best ability is availability. And so that's my biggest thing with Christian Watson is that, you know, you got guys like Wan'Dale Robinson, which most people don't know who he is, but he's a guy that went for 1,000 yards because he played in 16 games last year, right? Like, that's just what it comes down to. If I can have my receiver Christian Watson for the entire year next year, I do believe that he's an easy 1,000-yard receiver. But it is a big if. I can't sit there and bank on somebody doing something they've never been able to do. Do you know how insane that is for anybody to sit here and say, well, yeah, him being healthy? No, like, that's insanity. He's never been healthy. Like, he had 4 tries at it, and he's never been able to be healthy.
Back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how he sounds like sometimes. But I do believe that this offense with Christian Watson, with Jaden Reed, with Tucker Kraft, with Matthew Golden, has the potential to be a top 5 offense this season. And so right now, with this contract, the expectations for him, I've already said I'm not making excuses for people. Christian Watson has no excuses. If he gets hurt, I'm looking straight at Goody and I'm saying, oh, here we go. Don't go crying to me. Don't go complain about, oh, well, Christian got hurt. No. That's what he's shown to be. So this is going to be a great opportunity for Christian to stay healthy and for him to finally live up to the potential that everybody's talking about. But I'm just letting y'all know there's receivers across the NFL that are better than Christian Watson who are getting paid less than Christian Watson. I just want us to know just because he wears green and gold doesn't mean he's God's gift to earth. He's very, very talented. He has a lot of potential, but there are other guys who don't have as much talent as he have that have had more productive NFL careers and are making significantly less money. If you had to ask me which receiver if I had to pick which receiver I have to have on this team, I'm going to choose Jaden Reed over Christian Watson because I know even though Jaden Reed has had some injuries, when he has played, he's been good.
He got surgery for 2 injuries.
I understand that, but but in his early young career, he's been able to lead this team in receiving yards. Like, that's saying a lot for a guy who did that in his second year. So, again, I think the Packers have really good wide receivers. I love that Christian Watson will still be a Green Bay Packer, but I am a little bit concerned about the fact that the injury history may not be over that injury history quite yet.
I'm the Carbless talking text line 800-990-3776. Jaron Sun Prairie saying Goody has proven to be not a great drafter. If Trey Smack sucks and Watson gets injured, there's not going to be a way to defend Goody. Devontae Smith makes $25 million a year. Is Watson on the same level? Absolutely not. Again, Kyle seems like he's the only person upset with Watson getting this deal. This Jeff in the 414. I disagree. I think Kyle raises concerns that everyone should have. I mean, like, if you don't think there are concerns with the size of the contract, hopefully, as the Packers do, typically they give themselves outs to these deals where it doesn't make it be like a 3-year and then you're hurt in the 4th year. It might be 2 years and you might have an out in the 3rd year. But ultimately, they made an investment in Christian Watson to be a really good piece for this offense in this upcoming season to prove that he can play 17 games. Quickly, Cheesehead Bucky, because we got to get to Jason Wilde on the other side. You're on the Carbless Talking text line.
I'll be quick, just for Jason. What's up, boys?
What's
Hey, I must be understanding this contract wrong, but isn't it only $31 million guaranteed?
Yes.
So it's like $15 a year. So it's not really 27.5.
Well, if he gets 31 guaranteed, and I don't know what the breakdown is exactly how it's going to hit the cap and how he gets his money. If he makes it through 2 years, he's going to make more than $31 million.
Correct.
Right. So that would mean he's hitting his incentive. So then it would be therefore worth it. Correct.
He still gets a salary based off the games he plays.
Yeah, he gets to. They just guarantee you 31. So that means probably this year, yes. If he makes it to year 2, he's paid. That's $50 million.
How is it 50 if it's only 31 guaranteed?
Because if he plays 2 seasons at $27.5 million, which we haven't seen all the contract details, but my guess if he plays 2 seasons, he's getting at least $50 million in the front.
He's getting a lot of money, and it's going to be spread out certain ways. And I think Jason Wilde may be able to help with the details. Maybe he's seen something we haven't. As Jason Wilde on the England guest line is going to join us next, as Christian Watson signs a 4-year, $110 million deal, $31 million signing bonus. Jason Wilde joins us next on Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
Man, Kyle, do you ever know what you're talking about?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Shop the Pig! Bayview, the pig, is back. Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue is completely remodeled, better than ever, and throwing a grand reopening you won't want to miss. Join us Saturday, June 6th for live music, free samples, and amazing deals all day long. Fresh new look, same friendly faces, same locally owned Piggly Wiggly you've always loved, now with a new assortment, expanded produce, and revamped bakery and deli.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust here for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of the house this summer and enjoy a great weekend at Road America, located conveniently between Milwaukee and Green Bay in Elkhart Lake. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. Camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in racing your way. It's more than a race, it's a full-day experience. Up next is June Sprints coming June 5th through the 7th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Hauser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered that Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's Miraculous No Small Print Warranty yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I would certainly hope that they would if I'm a Packers fan.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Believe me, I have tried to get some information on that.
Holding everybody accountable.
We felt that way last year.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle and Brust.
Joining us on the Yuengling Guest Hotline is Jason Wilde. I'm Ben Brust, live from the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison remote studios. Kyle Wallace and Alex Strofe hanging out at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios. And we bring in Jason Wilde, host of Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these very stations. Jason, good day.
Good day. Is it a good day? Is it a good day for you? Is it a good day for Kyle? Is it a good day for Alex Strofe? It's a great day for me. It's a great day for me.
It's a great day for Christian Watson, no doubt. I mean, I can say that. He's got money in the bank
for him. Well, I mean,
played the Pro-Am, Jason. It's a great day for me too, so I'm with you.
Okay, great. I'm great. That's great. So what is the KB Strofe consensus on Christian Watson? I've not been able to listen. I had some other things on my plate this afternoon. So fill me in on where the three of you land.
I don't want to speak for Kyle.
No, let Kyle speak for Kyle. Where do you land?
I think it is a gamble on potential, but ultimately I trust that the Packers, the way they've been doing deals, are likely going to make sure that even though the numbers seem high, it may not be something where they don't have an out if it doesn't go right. I think he's capable after what he's more capable than I've ever seen Christian Watson be of hitting 1,000 yards after the way he played in those 10 games coming off that ACL. So I like it. Obviously, the money's a big amount of like zeros when you see it. But the salary cap's up, and this is the price of doing business.
Yeah, Jason, I love the fact that the Packers are looking to try to keep the band together at wide receiver. But the problem is all the members of the band have never gotten 1,000 yards. And with Christian Watson, I'm happy that he's here. I do believe it's an overpay for Christian Watson, especially when you look at the money that other people are getting around the NFL and the production that follows that. Typically, a guy gets paid this type of money, really good money, after having some type of production that they display. We're still talking about, well, if Christian stays healthy, look at the potential that he has.
But he's had production.
But he
hasn't had production.
But he hasn't been able to.
He's not Marshawn Lloyd.
He hasn't been able to put it together for a full season, which hampers the Green Bay Packers' ability to be the best they can be. So that is my biggest concern. I can't sit here and say, "Oh, wow, he's finally going to play 17 games," when I just don't know, right? If he plays 17 games, I do believe that the contract will play out. But that is a big if when somebody had 4 years, Jason, to try to play a full season and they haven't done it. So this isn't a knock on his character because I think he's a really good dude. It's not a knock on his talent, but it is a knock on the fact that he has not been able to be consistently available for the Packers, which in the end, if he gets hurt again this year and we don't have him for the playoffs, then that's wasting money for the Packers.
All right, so I'm fascinated by this, and I think you guys should be a little bit, especially you, Kyle, should be a little bit concerned because Bears fans are the ones that seem to be agreeing with you the most on this, and that can't be a great sign, right? You don't want to be siding with them. I see this the exact opposite way. I agree that there are risks. There are risks with every contract. There was risk with Micah Parsons' contract, right? And by the way, one of those risks came to reality. I mean, I still believe they're playing in the NFC Championship game if he doesn't get hurt, and maybe playing in the Super Bowl even without Tucker Kraft healthy. But I don't think Christian Watson got paid on potential. And I think that they got a relative bargain compared to what other teams are paying for top-flight wide receivers. I mean, Drake London is a totally different type of player, but he didn't have 1,000. If you're going to use 1,000 yards as a benchmark, he missed 5 games last year, and he didn't get 1,000 yards. And the Atlanta Falcons gave him 4 years, $141 million.
He's had 1,200 yards in his career in a season. He's never had less than 850 yards.
I don't know what that voice is, but he's had 1,000-yard season. Is that correct?
He's had one. He has 1,200-yard receiving a season. Last year you said he got hurt and he had 919. So it's like the guy has proven that he can, if he is healthy, but even not healthy, that he can be super productive. It's just I don't. That's a hard.
Well, hasn't Christian Watson shown when he's healthy he's super productive?
When healthy, productive. I'm with Jason on this.
But when healthy he's not healthy.
Okay, what if Christian Watson's stat line was 47 catches for 103 yards and 6 touchdowns in 15 games? Would that make this deal financially
So you mean 1,000?
worthwhile? Yes, 47 receptions, 1,003 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll take that because that means he's a probably huge deep threat for the Green Bay Packers, with the average being a high catch average. So I would definitely take that. I wouldn't be batting an eye, because to me that's a guy that is either a number 1 wide receiver or a really good number 2 wide receiver.
Okay, so Alec Pierce is the player who had that stat line last season. The Indianapolis Colts gave him 4 years, $114 million, which is more than what Watson got, and $60 million in guaranteed at signing, and $84 million in total guarantees. Now, we don't know the further specifics about Christian Watson's contract, but I would argue that when agents get deals done, they want as much of the guaranteed money out into the atmosphere as possible. So when Alec Pierce, who, I got to be honest, I have not broken down film of Alec Pierce. I know he's a big play guy. He had 6 touchdowns last year. So did Christian Watson.
That he did.
In a lot less time. And he got $84 million in total guarantees in his deal. Now, I would assume Christian Watson will have more than just the $31 million guaranteed at signing and the signing bonus, but I would predict nothing close to 84 for the reasons that you guys accurately have cited about the question marks about him staying healthy. Look, that is undeniably a factor. But I think you guys are missing the flip side of this, which is if he does indeed stay healthy.
Didn't I say I like it, for the record? I don't want to be grouped into Kyle.
Fair. You cautiously like.
I don't know why he's saying that. I don't know why he's doing that, Jason. But Jason, I get it. I guess some of my frustration comes out is that it seems like the Green Bay Packers as an organization, at least right now, this offseason, is that you saw Lucas Van Ness get the 5th-year option, which pays him, I think, $13.6 million. And we're still talking about, just wait until he stays healthy. Look at that potential. He can be disruptive. And with Christian Watson, which I agree, and they're not in the same breath, but they both have had issues and inability to be able to be healthy to contribute to the team the way that we need them to contribute. It's just, for me, I just didn't think and again, I'm not a GM, but if the Green Bay Packers waited this year, right, if they didn't have the number, and obviously this is a number they were okay with, but they could have franchise tagged him. If he went for 1,000 yards, they could have franchise tagged him like they did George Pickens. And what's the franchise tag next year going to be? $28 million, maybe $28.5, maybe $29 for a wide receiver. If he gets 1,200 yards this year, then you would feel okay with doing that. And Jason Wilde is no longer on the line as he dropped, just so you know, Ben.
Thank you for the heads up, because I can't see anything. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, I'm sure we're efforting. I don't know what's happening.
He called
so
back.
Guess
he
we're
started calling
to get
back.
Jason Wilde
back
on the Yingling guest hotline.
No, I get where Jason's getting at 100%. I understand that this if he plays to his potential like we think he will, and he stays healthy, nobody's talking about this, but we just haven't seen it yet. And when you talk about a lot of receivers, you can go up and down the list of all the receivers that are getting paid, whether it's a Nico Collins type guy, he earned that. Whether it's a Amon-Ra St. Brown, he definitely earned that. Even crazy-ass Brandon Ayuk earned his contract when he got it.
So I guess from your standpoint, it goes to the injury front, right? Like, you want to see him play 17 games. My next question for Jason is, if they didn't sign him, then, like, I know we talked about the franchise tag. What's their route if they move on from Christian? Because then it's Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, and then you're backfilling after you moved on from Wicks and Dobbs.
If you're asking me that, then listen, we would find out and see.
I thought I heard Jason was back, so I was asking that.
Oh, I'm here.
Go
here,
ahead.
baby.
You take it in, Jason.
So, a couple things. I mean, first of all, finishing my thought, Christian Watson has had enough production in his 4 seasons that there is evidence, there is proof of concept there with him. Yes, injuries have been an issue. He's missed 20 out of a possible 68 games, including with the ACL, which obviously happened at the end of a season where he stayed healthy, right? They didn't do a great job of getting him the ball, but he played 15 games in 2024 and was playing in the 15th when he tore his ACL, when he probably shouldn't have been playing after he'd suffered a knee injury the previous week, and they should have been saving him for the playoffs. But Romeo Doubs got sick, and they made him active, and then he went out and tore his ACL. My point is on the flip side of this is that if the ifs that we're talking about here turn out to be realities of he overcomes the injuries and he stays healthy and he has the kind of season he is capable of having, you just got your number one receiver at a bargain rate as opposed to paying market rates. Like, there's risks on both sides. The risk for the Packers is obviously that they pay a guy and he has more injury issues and they don't get maximum value for their dollars. I would also add that I think, and it pains me to say this, but I think Brust is right. I am sure that it's structured in a way that if it goes poorly, they can get out of it after like 2 years. And remember, an extension, and we haven't seen all the finalities, but it includes this year's deal too. Like, he gets this money up front. I'm sure they move some of the money around, but it's technically a 5-year deal. It's 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 that would be covered here. Just like with Jaden Reed, it's this year plus the 3 years that he got extended.
I guess, Jason,
the other thing I would
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, the other thing I would say is Christian Watson is taking a risk here too. He has a crazy big year, and he could have made a ton more. The reason why I'm pushing back on you is really because of a conversation that I had with Jaden Reed earlier in the week, where I basically said to him, "Look, you and I have a good working relationship." "No doubt," he said, which I appreciate. And I said, "You know, I congratulated you on your extension." "Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that." "Yeah, no, I meant it. I'm just setting you up here, though, Bird, because I'm going to ask you a total jerkweed question. What the heck did you sign that contract for? Like, you could have gotten way more than that, couldn't you have?" And he was great. And he acknowledged he could have. But there were a couple things that factored in for him. Risk, after missing so much time last year, with the broken collarbone and the Jones fracture in his foot. The fact that he really wants to be here, and he doesn't really care. And again, all these guys make a ton of money, more money than any of us, all of us combined.
20 million guarantees a lot,
maybe
Jason.
Brust. And it does. It's great to have it, but that was not his motivation. He wanted some security, and he wanted to be here. He thinks this is a good place for him. And I would be willing to bet that that's the way Watson views it. He had to mitigate his risk by taking money now because he does have a track record of injuries. I'm sorry, maybe I'm an optimist, but I saw this as both sides avoiding some risk, accepting some risk, and probably getting a deal that's good for both sides.
Yeah,
Jason Wilde joining us on the Yingling guest hotline on Kyle and Brust.
Jason's cooking today. He's cooking.
I'm not going to convince Kyle.
No, I just think about Jameson Williams and what he got paid last season, and Jameson Williams has back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons now. Like even I think the potential for Christian Watson is much better than Cortland Sutton, but he's been more consistent during the regular season than a Christian Watson, and he's only making 20-some-odd million.
You are in your head.
I just want for him to actually put a full season together to really justify this, because I don't think anybody can say with any type of strength in their mind of saying that, oh yeah, he's definitely earned this contract based off his overall production and his health, and that's the biggest thing. It comes down to health.
Jason, real quick, because I think you've mentioned this in the past with us.
$31 million. He got a $31 million signing bonus. Like, that's half of what that's so much less than other guys have gotten.
Yeah, no, if he played 2 seasons, though, we don't know what the money looks like, but after 2 seasons, what will he have earned? Would he have earned like $50 million maybe?
Yeah, again, it averages 27.5. When we have all the numbers, it'll be worthwhile. Jameson Williams is an interesting guy to give as an example, though, right? Like, he's had some injury issues. He's had some inconsistent play. He had a suspension at one point, if I recall correctly. So everybody's got something. But if I'm betting on somebody, I feel really good about betting on Christian Watson.
Okay.
Real quick before we let you go, Jason, you have mentioned that I believe you've mentioned that signing Christian Watson would not mean that Tucker Kraft isn't a possibility. Is that something that we might see next this offseason?
Yeah, I think it is, and I would also say that I think they're probably marshaling resources by making what I would argue are team-friendly deals with these guys. Because if I'm Tucker Kraft, as much as I want to be here, and he lives here full time. Like I asked him what he and I were standing on the sideline last week, and I said, "Did you do anything? Did you get out of here at all?" He's like, "Nope, not really. Been here the whole time." Like he loves it here. So maybe they get him at a discount rate, but he should be getting top of market, and maybe they don't have to pay that. But if they do, they have saved some on their wide receivers. And remember, the guy that we're extrapolating out based on potential is not Watson, in my opinion. It's definitely not Reed, who led them in receiving each of his first 2 seasons and then was hurt last year. It's Golden. Like, Golden caught 29 passes last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that, and obviously he's nowhere near getting a contract extension, but, he's the one that is based on potential right now of our expectations. By the way, 4 years in for Jamison Williams, you are absolutely correct. The last 2 years, 58 catches, 1,001 yards and 7 touchdowns. Last year, 65 catches, 1,117 yards and 7 touchdowns. But the first 2 years, they got very little production out of him.
Yeah, rookie
and
year,
you could say he was healthy. He caught 24 balls for 354 yards in 23, and he only played in 12 games.
Was that
a whole lot of
ACL?
production from him there either.
Was he coming off was that his rookie year when he was coming off the ACL from Alabama though?
Right. So yes, and then his second year would not have been that. And again, all I'm saying is the timing of his ACL was different than Watson's.
Mm-hmm.
I think Watson. I'm not a wagering guy. That's your department, you guys. But I don't know what Watson's projections are.
780 yards was it been for the season?
I don't know how you're
around
not
785.
Yeah. But again, he's got to stay healthy. That we can all agree on.
Jason, we appreciate it. Look forward to hearing more in the future.
All right,
I didn't get to my question I texted you, which I think is important, even more important now, but we're going to get to it.
Hold on, wait, Jason, before you go, what do you think what do you think Kraft's going to get per year? You said he's going to get high. You think he's going to get 15 million per year, 16, or you think it's going to be at the 19 mark?
Yeah, I don't know who the highest paid tight end is
19,
right now.
I think Trey McBride at 19 maybe, or Kelsey, or I think it's McBride and Kittle.
Yeah,
at 19.
I think that is, if I'm his agent, that's what I'm shooting for. But I work for him, and if he says no, 17 is enough or whatever else, I want to be here, then I say, okay, whatever you say, you're the boss. And the Packers say, thank you very much for another discount. We appreciate it.
Jason Wilde, host of Wilde and Tash, we appreciate it.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
We have to get to over-under. It is Thursday. We are just past 2:45, so get your pen and paper ready, Kyle. Get your 1 through 10 because we're going to need caller number 10 and caller number 15 for over-under. Kyle and I team up to get 10 guesses, to get as many right possible, based off a category and an over-under that Alex Strofe has set. Caller 10, you're going to pick if you believe in Kyle and Brust. Caller 15, you're going to be stuck on the other side. So, over-under on this Thursday, 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-3776. That's caller 10 and caller 15. Over-under, caller 10, 800-990-ESPN. 10 and 15 next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
But then when you whoa,
off now. On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed.
Mamma mia!
Screamin' Sicilian. So loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I know the value of gear that works as hard as you do. And with Father's Day coming up, Iron Jock has some great bundle deals for every kind of dad. Get a performance t-shirt and low-cut socks for just $35, a polo and cap bundle for $65, or grab a lightweight hoodie and jogger set for only $100. Iron Jock gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with four-way stretch, and powered by Silver Ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Shop Father's Day bundles now through June 21st at ironjock.com.
ACS Group has business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. ACS Group's IT manager, Mark Reinhardt.
I feel James Imaging Systems, being local, I get to meet the people, see the people. They come in and find out what our needs are, and they're just great folks.
Great folks who partner with you and your business.
Absolutely. I categorize James Imaging Systems as a partner because they come in, again, sit down, understand our needs, listen to what things are bothering us, obstacles that we have, and they help bring us really cost-effective solutions.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and business technology expertise to help your business do business better.
That's huge for me and keeps us running smoothly, and we're able to focus on other things for this business.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust live from the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison remote studio. Kyle Wallace and Alex Strofe hanging out at the Gruber Law offices. One call, that's all. Studios. Christian Watson signed a 4-year, $110 million extension with the Green Bay Packers. We'll continue to dive into that. But first, we got to play one of our favorite games. That is Over Under.
Wrong button. I stopped it instead of started it. Ah!
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under.
It is indeed Over Under time on Kyle and Brust. I've got a list of 10 things and an Over Under line set. Kyle and Ben will have 3 minutes and 10 guesses to get as many right as they can. And somebody will walk away with an ESPN Wisconsin prize pack and a 5XL t-shirt. Caller 10 today, Josh in Kenosha is a believer. He is on the over. Caller 15 is our guy, Appleman, today, watering in the pumpkin patch. He is on the under.
Get him ripe. Get him ripe for October.
Yeah, I was talking to him in the break, Benny. Not a lot of water recently, so they're hand watering out in the pumpkin patch.
After that April, I needed a break.
Oh, their fields don't need a break, though.
I care about Appleman's business.
I
Give him
care
some
about
water.
I care about it, too. You're going to have to turn them sprinklers on,
We're
Appleman.
pro-farmers at this show, except Kyle, apparently.
I know, I'm very
apparently
pro-farmer.
he cares more about himself than the fans. Here we go again.
I'm pro-farmer. Just want you to know that, Appleman.
Water hoses for a reason.
Well, there you have it. All right, guys.
Big compound, man. You're so mean.
Today's category, I am looking for the last 10 individuals to win NBA Finals MVP. The last 10 individuals to win NBA Finals MVP. And you guys have been kicking my ass recently.
Bro, going back to go the last 10 NBA champions would be hard.
The over-under is at 8.5. 8.5. I have the over-under line at. So you need 9 or 10 to hit
Nothing like
the
talking
over.
about the Green Bay Packers and Christian Watson for 55 straight minutes.
Yeah, game one of the NBA Finals
brain.
was last night.
Yeah, Wemby was horrible. Oh my God.
What's the over-under?
8.5.
Damn.
Who's our
8.5?
Who's our final answer?
Can you give us the teams that won in the last 10 years?
Who's our
I
final
don't know
answer?
if we'd even get it then.
Who's our final answer?
I guess
stalling.
I guess it could be me.
It's got to be Kyle because of
All right, yeah.
not being
Your time
there.
starts at 3, 2, 1.
All right, so let's go with Jokic final answer.
Jokic final answer is correct. He won it in 2023.
SGA final answer.
That is correct. He is the most recent name on that list. Won it last year.
Giannis final answer.
Yes, Giannis won it in 2021.
Kawhi final answer.
That is correct. Kawhi has won it twice.
Jaylen
in
Brown won it
2019
last
and
year, right?
2014.
Slow down. We need the years.
In 2019, Jaylen Brown won it last year, not Tatum, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Jaylen Brown final answer.
Yes, but it wasn't last year. It was
2
2
years
years ago in
ago. 2 years
2024.
So, hang on. When was the Kawhi?
2019, I think, right?
2019 and 2014. He's won it twice.
And I think KD won it in that time,
Go bubble. Yeah, bubble.
Bubble, LeBron James final answer.
That is correct. He has won it 4 times. 2020, 2016, 2013, 2012.
So does
on
that all
3 different
count?
teams.
That all counts for 10, not the last 10 years then?
I said the last 10 individuals.
Okay, so KD final answer.
2 minutes.
That's correct. Kevin Durant has won it twice, 2018, 2017.
Now, when Steph got snubbed, was it because of
Andre Iguodala?
Yeah, it's because of Andre Iguodala. Was it because he got it? Andre Iguodala.
It's Andre Iguodala.
Final answer.
That is correct. Andre Iguodala won it in 2015.
Now Steph did get his though, right? He eventually got one, right?
Got 2 names left.
They have
on
4
the list.
ships.
Yeah, they have 4 ships, I think. Yeah. So yeah, we'll
Well, hang on. I have 25, 24, 23, 21, 20, 19, 18. I don't have 2017 on here. Oh, yeah, KD was 18 and 17 Strofe, you said?
That's correct.
You want to do Steph on there or no?
We have 16 from James, 2015 Iguodala, 14 from Kawhi, 13 James, 12 James. Could it be the 2011 season then that we're
1
missing?
minute.
What about is Steph Curry not on this list? Steph Curry never won.
He can't be based off the years.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. 2011. Now we getting closer to when Kobe won his last dang title.
Was it the Mavericks?
When the Mavericks won after that, I feel like the Mavericks did they win twice or once?
Once.
They won once. I feel like I was in high school when the Mavericks won.
2011.
2011 had to be around the time that.
30 seconds.
Well, you want to say Kobe? You want to see Kobe's on the list or no?
2011.
Do you want me to say Kobe or no?
You can.
Kobe final answer. Okay, so now we know it's after 2008, and then a lot of that's LeBron because did LeBron not win it for the Heat every time?
He won it in 12,
10,
and we have 2011.
9,
So
8,
we have 2011.
7,
We need 2011.
6,
Dirk, try Dirk.
5,
I think
Dirk
it's
final answer.
4, 3, 2,
Thank you.
1.
Let's go.
Yeah, and the other name was Steph Curry.
Dog, listen in the bin. But he got Dirk.
But you were going so fast I couldn't keep up with the dates.
Steph won it in 2022.
Oh boy, I'm so happy.
I went from 23 to 21. Yeah, 2022 would do it.
Yes, it would.
So we said all the names. Okay. Whew, boy.
Well done. We still won. We don't need to be mad. We just keep cleaning the house. We complained for like 5 minutes, then basically ran the table.
I need to change my approach to this game.
No, maybe we're actually just good.
Yeah, but I need to go like non-sports, I think.
Well, then that's,
that's not fun.
World's largest cities.
Somewhere in China, New York
America's
City.
largest airports.
Atlanta, Hatfield.
That's true. That would be number one.
O'Hare, I think, is pretty good.
Oh, man, we got sad stroke now.
Most popular letters in the English language.
No.
Most used area codes. I'm on to something over here.
What?
I don't.
All right, now he's grasping at straws. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe. We're back in 2 minutes. Christian Watson signs an extension. Strofe, whatever we're going to say next, I don't want to hear it.
The most common items bought at the grocery store.
Eggs.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Take me out to the ball game, roll out the barrel, and get up, get out of here, gone. There's nothing like Milwaukee baseball. The Brew Crew is back, and we're here to help you turn your tailgate or game viewing experience into a grand slam. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960 we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for game day. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, only 10 minutes from AmFam Field, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Main.
Discount Liquor.
1896, Horicon Bank first opened its doors. Wisconsin wasn't even 50 years old.
We've maintained our roots over the years and yet expanded.
We empower our people to invest in the community. We give them 40 hours of volunteer time.
We're doing it with a personal touch, with a desire to say yes to our customers.
You shouldn't have to work with a bank that sends their profits to New York City or Toronto. You can keep your money here and it benefits Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
We are the home for all your Brewers coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
Ben Brust, live from the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. Well, I guess remote studio. Alex Strofe and Kyle Wallace are back at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless talking text line.
I love the farmers.
Are you getting ripped about the farmers? About how you wish there was... You like that there's no rain.
I like
so
not
Appleman
having
the orchard
water
has
in
to
my
go out there
basement.
with his own hose and do 100 acres to make sure his apple orchard's ready that you got to take advantage of.
Anti-hero, anti-farmer, anti-old people.
I'm just saying. I think we should have a little bit more rain. But damn, like the Lord invented sprinklers and water from the ground that we can use. Let's use it, baby. Let's use
Water
it.
bill. I'm surprised you are good on spending more money. Regardless, Christian Watson signed a 4-year, $110 million extension. Now, I believe that since Christian Watson is signed, Jaden Reed is signed, Golden is on his rookie deal as a first-round pick, so if he plays well, you can, A, do a fifth-year option after next year, or extend in his fourth year if it's looking good. Tucker Kraft is likely going to be extended and signed long-term for the Green Bay Packers, and you have Jordan Love. And so the most boring thing in the world to talk about, maybe the most important thing for the Green Bay Packers in 2026, it's the offensive freaking line. The five guys that they are trusting to play offensive line need to play at a high level, a top 10 level, because we saw Jordan under duress in the latter part of the year. And if he has time for Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Tucker Kraft, and if they do change to more of a zone run scheme to get Josh Jacobs going, even though he's more comfortable a different way, like, this is important. Like, it's boring, but when you have a guard moving to center, a first-round pick finally playing left tackle, the position he was drafted to play for the first time in an upcoming season, a guy you restructured a contract and committed yourself to in Aaron Banks at guard, a second-year guard in Belton, and a Zach Tom coming off a very significant knee injury. Those five guys need to play well so the guys that you invested in at the skill positions can have big years. It is so important. It is boring to talk about, but those five guys are huge for the success of the 2026 Green Bay Packers. End of story.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think the offensive line is going to be significant because, like you said, if I think the Packers' offense can be a top 5 offense, top 3 offense, it's going to be because the offensive line is part of that whole piece of the pie of the offense. We can talk about, as you said, all the great weapons, but we've seen when the Packers don't have time, when Jordan Love does not have time, he can't get the ball away. I will never forget watching that Denver Broncos game after Zach Tom went down. We did lose Christian Watson and Michael Parsons in that game, and the Packers ended up being down and allowed for the Broncos just to pin their ears back and rush, and Jordan Love had no time. No time whatsoever to throw the football, and he was extremely ineffective as a quarterback. We saw even in the Chicago Bears game in the playoffs in the third quarter when the offensive line wasn't working as a cohesive unit. They couldn't open up any rushing lanes for Josh Jacobs. They couldn't protect Jordan Love. What happened? The offense completely...
No first downs in the third quarter is what happened.
And the offense completely stalled out. And so that's why when I look at the investment that they made on the offensive line, there's a big investment. I mean, you're talking about first-round pick, second-round pick, $10 million per year center. You're talking about a guy that's making $80-some million per year at the guard position with Aaron Banks, and then your right tackle in Zach Tom is being paid a lot of money. The investment has been made in the offensive line, but now we just need to get the results. And that's why when I look at the contract that we gave to Christian Watson and I think about Lucas Van Ness, it just seems to me that the Green Bay Packers love to give their guys the benefit of the doubt, right? They don't need to perform at the highest level. They just think, oh, one day they're going to live up to what we expected them to do. And right now, the offensive line has not done that, and this is going to be a very vital year for the offensive line to play their part, because if the Packers have all these great weapons on offense, but our quarterback doesn't have time to throw the ball, if our running back gets to the line of scrimmage and he's already having to juke somebody before yards before contact come at the line of scrimmage, then that's going to be a problem. So you're right, Ben. A lot of this is going to fall on the shoulders and the ability of the offensive line to overpower other defensive lines and to be consistent. If they are not a top 15 offensive line, that will be the thing that keeps the Packers offense from being one of the best in the NFL.
Again, it comes back to, if you believe in the pieces, and I do believe that Tucker Kraft was going to have an all-pro season if injuries didn't happen, but they did, and he's the type of guy that I have the utmost confidence is attacking rehab and is going to come back strong from his injury. Again, I can be proven wrong, but he's the type of guy that I look at as be like, nothing's going to get in my way. I'm going to get back on the field and crush bodies and make catches and make plays. Christian Watson, we've had enough discussion about him. However you feel about him, you can feel about him. But I felt like he was playing his best football those 10 games that he came back off the ACL. Jaden Reed had led the team receiving for 2 seasons. Matthew Golden, there is something special about him that they will unleash because they said they are going to get him more involved by moving on from Wicks and Dobbs. So when you think of those 4 guys and you think of Jordan Love, none of that works without a cohesive 5 guys on the offensive line. And it is something that we've never really had to talk about over the last couple seasons we have, but going back beyond the last couple of years, it hasn't been something where like, that offensive line is really going to be the reason why it gets in the way of the Packers offense having success. And I feel as if This is the first time I've been nervous or had to think about it in a way where I don't have confidence that the Packers will figure it out.
Yeah.
Because they're going with guys that we have evidence of seeing them on the field. Maybe not in the exact positions they'll be playing in the next year, but you just don't know. And they have never played with each other as a unit. So if they play well, to give Jordan Love time and to give Josh Jacobs running lanes, this offense can be a top 5 offense, but it is dependent on the Goody decisions that he made to build up the offensive line, because let's not act like it wasn't thought about. Because after the Philadelphia playoff game where they were mauled and they didn't have depth, they made it an initiative to make the offensive line better. It wasn't as good at the end of last year, and now they're going a different route after moving on from Jenkins and Rasheed Walker. And I get it. There's guys that you've drafted, signed, etc. But they have to play well for this offense to thrive. It is the most important thing right now. If you are going to believe in the weapons cannot thrive if Jordan Love does not have time.
Yeah, and I think that's
Good rhyme.
that's gonna be one of the biggest storylines of the season, right? Is how does the Jonathan Gannon-led defense look when Micah Parsons comes back? How healthy is he going to be? But then also, is this offensive line going to be good enough? And so again, it's to be seen. And I just hate when you have these championship aspirations. There's so many ifs on the team, which is unfortunate. Some of the ifs have to do with health. Some of the ifs have to do with guys just not playing up to what the expectations have been. And whether it's Micah Parsons, Tucker Kraft, Zach Tom, Christian Watson, with all the different ifs and health-related things, or if it's the offensive line of living up to the potential, and can Sean Ryan make the move and be more consistent? Will Jordan Morgan be better at left tackle? Like, there's just a lot of ifs for a team that we really believe if it all can come together, they can be great. Because, again, I always go back to the
team that, as you mentioned, was 9-3-1, and they were looking to do something real.
And I stand 10 toes down in the belief that the Packers this offseason, even though they didn't make a lot of splash moves, I think they made strategic moves to help the team learn how to finish, to help the team have more veteran and have a better veteran presence. That's where I think the Packers win in that, because they were good enough last year to compete for at least. I don't think they beat the Seattle Seahawks to go to the Super Bowl, but they were a team last year that I thought could have been good enough to go to the NFC Championship game. And so now some of the areas that they had and some of the issues they had with finishing games, I do believe veteran leadership and more of a veteran presence, and hopefully better special teams play from the return game will lead to better results for the Packers.
Did I tell you I saw Jordan Love today?
Oh, you saw him today? I wonder so that means he's not going to be there tomorrow then.
Cool.
No, I'm just saying I saw him on a
Wait, didn't they have
poster.
practice? Or no, practice.
I saw him on a poster at the American Family Championship during the Pro-Am today, which I'm trying to get you to tell people why they need to head to Madison. Like, I will be in Madison.
Real quick, Kyle. So you led that with you saw him, but you didn't physically see him. You saw an advertisement of him.
I saw him at the American Family Championship. He was on a poster.
He will be there this weekend.
I know.
Tomorrow?
But I saw him on a poster.
If he's there tomorrow, I'm going to chop it up with him a little bit.
I'm sure he can't wait to talk to you.
I'm sure he can, and I bet you have a chance to maybe see some different individuals, for sure see some different golfers at the American Family Insurance Championship as it returns to Madison tomorrow. Wisconsin's very own Steve Stricker hosts this PGA Tour Champions event again, and it is at TPC Wisconsin. This AmFam Championship event features best ball and scramble formats in an exciting two-person team format. The American Family Insurance Championship returns tomorrow, June 5th, and runs through Sunday, June 7th. Get details and ticket information at amfamchampionship.com. That is amfamchampionship.com to get tickets to the American Family Insurance Championship, and we'll be broadcasting live from the AmFam Championship. Kyle and Brust from 2 to 5. Can't wait to see you there.
Do you trust Micah Parsons' opinion on Lucas Van Ness? You're going to let us know next.
What are you doing on your phone, Ben?
Accident.
What were you watching?
Don't worry about it.
No. You be yelling at me. What were you watching? Go ahead, tell us. You interrupted my live read, so you don't have to spill the beans now.
I don't have to say anything.
Oh,
my mic's going off.
I wonder if he was
Micah
watching
Parsons?
some rump shaking.
Was he watching rump shaking?
Rump shaking?
Oh, rump shaking.
You guys can make up whatever you want. Go ahead.
She was shaking that thing left and right. Ben was like, uh-oh, don't double tap now.
Oh, I forgot my mic's on. Rump shaking.
No.
Not the rump shaking on the microphone.
Got caught
red-handed
You guys
Benny.
having fun?
Booty shaking Benny.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust
Hi, guys. Well, you made my day, I'll tell you.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Starting off with a broken down vehicle eastbound 94 right at the ramp from 35th Street. The right lane is blocked, so watch out for that. Delays coming in from about 68th Street. Westbound, you're seeing delays from about 30th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Southbound 43 backing up from Capitol Drive down to about Burleigh, back on the brakes from North Avenue down through the Marquette, and again from Lincoln down to about Holt Avenue. And southbound 41, a heavy ride from Good Hope Road down past Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing showers overnight with a low of 65. Tomorrow, batches of showers and storms, a high of 83 with a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Students learn best when they can put their knowledge into action. JA's Stock Market Challenge teaches high school students how to analyze stocks and how current events impact value. Thanks to RSM, our partner that makes this program possible. It's just one of many ways JA brings learning to life. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
I could absolutely see a world where the division cannibalizes itself and the Rams end up being the odd team out. Now, certainly they're not banking on that, but that could absolutely happen. It is completely plausible. And in most years, you're not talking about the third best team in a division making the postseason. It happened last year, but there's no guarantee that it's going to happen again. And then, oh, by the way, there is this bit of history working against them. Since 2000, there have only been 4 preseason favorites that actually won the Super Bowl. And we're talking about the majority of those teams being the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. I think there's the 2006 Indianapolis Colts. They're sprinkled in there. That's it. That's the list. History is not kind to the darlings of the offseason that everybody expects to be in the Super Bowl in February before the games even kick off.
With the new My Lowe's Pro Rewards American Express card, earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowe's.com/business credit.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The news of the day, Christian Watson signs an extension with the Green Bay Packers. 4 years, $110.5 million. 31 in signing bonus, but we still don't know the full guaranteed money. So this is going to be interesting to see how it all plays out, but ultimately, Russ Ball is going to do Russ Ball things and build the contracts that seem to be advantageous for the Packers, and likely like a 2-year real guarantee with some outs in the 3rd and 4th year is kind of what we've seen from these 4-year deals. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe running the show. You know, I feel like Micah Parsons is the type of guy where, like, if you have a friend like him, it's good to have.
Like who?
Just to pump up. Micah Parsons?
I'm talking about Booty Bandit Benny.
No Booty Bandit over here. I love the rumors you're trying to spread. I simply was trying to stop getting notifications on a video I was tagged in, and it was on.
So you were
and then
you interrupted Kyle with a video of yourself?
I didn't know my volume was up. I was trying to just get it to stop notifying me of all the notifications.
Oh, wow. And you guys are the ones who were trying to tell me, get notifications.
Well, we have tweet notifications for news so we can stay up to date, where you get the news cycle 24 hours behind us.
I'm telling you to get notified by Adam Schefter.
You guys are crazy.
Videos of yourself.
I'll be 30 minutes behind, and it's just 24 hours.
When did you find out about Christian Watson today?
I text y'all about Christian Watson.
Oh, well, then I would actually know how late you were.
Yeah. You know how late I was. Go ahead and look how late I was.
Be a good case study here.
Yeah, be a real good case study.
Right, so you texted us at 10:30 on the dot.
Uh-huh.
And Schefter came out with the news at 10:28. You're only 2 minutes late on that one.
Oh, right.
Did you know?
Making progress.
Did, yes. I have tweet notifications on for Adam Schefter.
Well, all right, 3 minutes before, be after. Why didn't you tell me then? The hell? Why did I have to send it to you?
I just,
all right,
I'm
you
done
two,
with this.
knock it off. You guys need a friend like Micah Parsons that will keep you built up and liking each other, because he is a fan of Lucas Van Ness. Do you trust the words of the star edge rusher Micah Parsons when it comes to Lucas Van Ness? Take a listen for yourself.
I think between all of us, I think Luke is someone that people sleep on the most, and I don't know why. I think by the end of the season, if Luke stays healthy, I think the Packers will be. He'll probably be the favorite. That's how much confidence I have in him.
Over you?
I'm already a favorite. But I definitely think I'm gonna have my hands full with Luke on who's gonna be the best. And I believe in him. I think sometimes he listens to y'all and that gets to him, but I think he can be as great as he wants to be.
All right, a lot to unpack there. Micah Parsons on Lucas Van Ness. First and foremost, I don't know why you're sleeping on him.
Yeah,
what do you mean you don't know why? Like, come on, Micah. Let's be real here. Number 2, he says he will be a favorite. I hope he's right. I think Kyle hopes he's right. And then lastly, he says he's listening to y'all, which means he's hearing outside noise is my takeaway.
Ooh, boy.
Then fine, listen to the noise, but produce, shut everyone up. No one's, I would say this, no one is rooting against LVN. I don't think anyone is rooting against LVN.
Yeah.
People are waiting for LVN to play like a 13th overall pick is all any Packer fan is asking for. Kyle, I'm sure you got a lot here, too.
Yeah, no, my big thing is this. Okay, I guess
Someone
I need
said
to be
fire Micah.
I need to be more positive towards Lucas because I don't want Lucas reading anything that's negative.
No.
Impact.
Motivate him. Motivate him.
Listen, no, I'm a guy that enjoys being motivated by haters, and obviously Lucas Van Ness is not that type of guy. So, Lucas, I really appreciate your hard work and your effort, and I just want you to know that you have your head coach, Matt LaFleur, in your corner. You have an all-pro and one of the greatest guys to be a pass rusher in the NFL, Micah Parsons, in your corner as well. But also, listen, when you get all this high praise, comes high expectations. Lucas Van Ness over the last 8 weeks has not only gotten a contract, a 5th-year option picked up, so he's going to make over $13 million next year. Gotten high praise from his coach where he says he's disruptive when you go back and watch film, and you get Michael Parsons saying he's going to be a fan favorite. So with all that high praise, with all those expectations, I expect Lucas Van Ness to pop this year. I expect him to stand out this year. So, Lucas, I'm going to be very nice. I have high hopes for you this year. Don't fail me, buddy. Don't fail me. That's as bad I'm gonna get. I'm gonna be very, very positive because I think you're right, man.
He's got enough people patting himself on the back.
Well, he obviously
he's disruptive.
He's
gonna be a
more.
fan favorite.
He's listening,
you think he needs
Ben.
more? He needs you to everyone needs someone to keep him honest. Now you're just doing the bat pack.
Not these Gen Zs. Hell no. These Gen Zs need their handheld. They need to be pat on the back all the time. They don't need to be told about the negative. We don't need to worry about the fact that he's been missing games. We don't need to be worried about the fact that he hasn't been consistent. We don't need to worry about the fact that he has not been disruptive. We just need to focus on the fact that he's trying. So I'm cheering for him. I really do. I want all the Packers to be great. Hell, I don't like talking about the fact that our first-round picks suck. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that we talk about our first-round picks not living up to the expectation, but that's the reality that we have.
What's your message for him, Strofe?
Put up or shut up time. It's as simple as that. Put up or shut up time for LVN. I love that Micah is such a great friend, though.
He is.
Because what does this tell you about Micah Parsons' thoughts on Rashawn Gary?
Well, did he ever not praise Rashawn Gary?
He never praised Rashawn Gary.
He never praised him.
I don't recall. I know his brother definitely. His brother on
his brother was not his brother. Terrence Parsons you're referring to
could not stand Rashawn Gary.
He was not quiet about his thoughts on Rashawn Gary. But look, if there's somebody's judgment,
as somebody who has a brother that's very vocal, I just want to say. My brother does not speak for me, so it's not. I don't know if it's the same for Micah. I don't know if he wants to be on the record. But my brother does not speak for me.
I would imagine it's similar to you and JB. But what is this? Like, if there's anybody you should trust, it's Micah, right? And obviously he's being a good teammate, and of course he could be exaggerating, but he likes.
He doesn't know why we're sleeping on him, Strofe. Why should we trust that? He should know why we're sleeping on him.
Well, I will say this about LVN: he always gives 100%. I do appreciate that. It's unfortunate that that's the bar at edge rusher, given what Rashawn Gary's been the last few years. But I don't know. I'm really intrigued by LVN. He's a guy obviously who has a ton of pressure on him in the 2026 season. He's not going to get a big old payday, but he gets the fifth-year option, so he's got 2 years in Green Bay to prove that he can be the 13th overall pick. And this goes back to something I feel like I've talked a lot about this week is the gambling on potential. I think you mentioned this with Christian Watson's extension. Like, he's flashed, Watson has, and I think he deserves a big payday because I'm happy he's still in Green Bay. But
has LVN flashed to the point where, like,
he's had moments.
It's different.
He's had
moments versus, like, what the productivity Christian has showed is way different.
You're right. It is a little apple to orangey. But you have that moments where you go, okay, if he can do that more consistently. And now they drafted him when he was, 20 years old. He obviously has had the physical frame, but does he have the physical tools to really become a really good to great edge rusher in the National Football League? That
you are talking yourself into a happy ending here because Micah Parsons the world needs more love in him, and he feels like an Alex Strofe friend.
I said it remains to be seen.
It does.
I hope it works. Of course, I'm a Packers fan. I hope Lucas Van Ness and Micah Parsons combined for 60 sacks this season.
This P word. I mean, Lucas Van Ness got drafted on potential. He wasn't a starter at Iowa, and they made excuses because
he was a total potential draft pick.
Yeah, and it's just like, how long?
But we knew that when it happened.
How long do we keep knocking on this door of potential? It just gets annoying. I heard it about Quay Walker. Potential. Everybody always likes to say the P word. I want performance.
It's do or die.
You like to say the next step word, potential.
It's getting old.
If
I didn't say
he's getting old saying a lot of the same words.
I didn't say all this when Aaron Rodgers was here. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. That's probably true.
You said it about Devontae Adams' his rookie season, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, when people were calling him Butterfinger Adams.
But while Devontae Adams was the if, they had things that were not also ifs.
Yeah, but Jordan Love's not an if.
Oh, Jordan
I'm talking about, like, wide receivers in that room outside of Devontae.
Yeah, sure.
We mean sure. That wide receiver room.
I misunderstood his point. That's why I said sure. I just misunderstood his point.
That's yes.
You know what's crazy with Jason talking about guys getting paid? Like, dude, those receivers that we had, Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, hell, even James Jones, were all performers.
Well,
they were. Randall Cobb. Like, bro, that room was
what they're paying those guys to be now, Kyle.
You said what?
That's what they're paying those guys to be now.
Well,
Jaden Reed's the James Jones, Christian Watson's the Greg Jennings, and Devontae Adams is Matthew Golden.
Yeah, my hope is that they all show out. That is my hope.
I'm very excited about that group.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe running the show. I have a surprise coming up next. Kyle and Strofe have not heard it. I know Kyle, do you have any idea what it's about?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just heard something about Ryan. Don't open. That's all I heard.
All right, perfect. Kyle Wallace is going to react to something massive coming up next.
You're surviving Kyle and Brust
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying?
That's 100% what you're saying. Now, I disagree.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We are still seeing some delays along southbound 41 from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive. Northbound's backed up from Mayfair Road up past Burleigh. Southbound 43 got a pocket of heavy traffic from Good Hope Road to about Bender Road. And then back on the brakes just before Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette to the KK River. Westbound on 94, watch for delays from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound's got backups right past Barker to about Calhoun, and then back on the brakes from 70th Street to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing showers overnight with a low of 65. Tomorrow, batches of showers and storms, a high of 83 with a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Life's better under our roof. At Grimaud & Associates with American Family Insurance, we know life isn't one size fits all. That's why we help protect what matters most: your home, your car, and the people who count on you. Ben Brust here for Grimaud & Associates. Bundle your home and auto insurance to simplify coverage and save on the policies you need most. Contact Grimaud & Associates Insurance today at 414-332-0838.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/you-got-this. Member FDIC.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alan Stroford on the show. Talked at length about Christian Watson's extension. If you missed any of that, we'll continue to. But you can also listen back on YouTube, where we're live right now at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. And I'll be honest, I don't have as many screens as I normally do, so I have not seen – I don't think I've checked the text line in a while. So, Strofe, you're on text line monitoring duty. Sound good?
You got it.
Perfect. So Kyle has been telling me how to be a parent recently, and it's been really, really annoying. He says I'm too hard on my daughter. We're going through potty training, and you go, she looks sad. She looks upset. You're pushing it too hard. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that.
It's very true.
We had first off, accident-free from a number one standpoint for the last week and a half. She's been amazing. But we're working on number two. Number two, delivered.
Say, I poopy.
I'm pooping.
You poopy.
Stop. Oh my god.
She poopy. You poopied on the potty. Big turds. You say big turds?
What is the end there?
She just starts running towards mom. I think she got a little overwhelmed by me.
I poopy.
This man put a camera in his 2-year-old's face.
It was awesome. No, this wasn't for content originally. This was for a memory, and then I was like, wait, I sound like an idiot. Kyle, well, where's the celebration? Potty training is a success. She went poopy on the potty.
That's
poopy on the, and then I was going around poopy on the potty, poopy on the potty.
So is she? So that was the first time, or she's consistently doing it now?
She came to me while we were downstairs and said, Daddy, I got to go potty. And I was like, okay, I figured it would be number one. This was the first time she told us that she had to go number two. And she went number two on the potty. It was a breakthrough moment.
All right.
Breakthrough moment.
This is good to know. So basically, you need to break your child when it comes to potty training. They won't remember it.
She seemed pretty happy.
Yeah, she's happy now, but 2 weeks ago, she had her head on the table just like,
Say, I poopy.
She was happy.
I know, she's happy now, but I'm just been 2-3 weeks ago, she was done. She was through. She was spent.
When you get started, you can't just give up. You got to keep training them to be like, hey, when you have to go on this potty. And so this was actually on the big people potty.
Oh, she probably fell in dang near.
No. We there's 2 steps you can step, and then it covers up for her size.
So it makes it smaller for her.
Makes it smaller, and she sat on that thing. And I'm telling you, when I say, can you say big turds? I was like, damn, I was impressed too. I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay, enough.
Dude, you just talked about your 2-year-old's daughters.
I'm so pumped for her.
Yeah, and
I am. She's gonna hate me, isn't she?
But we don't need to know about the size of her feces.
I'm so proud.
That's TMI. Most of this is TMI to begin with.
But a child.
But now we're talking about the size of the turds. That's TMI.
This is crazy. But I am so proud of your daughter. And again, this is a good learning lesson for me. I was anti being a jerk to a 2-year-old over using the bathroom.
It's not being a jerk.
Oh,
it's called everything in life doesn't come easy.
When a kid puts their head down and just is through because their parents are just being jerks to them over them using the bathroom, that's a lot. And she's such a sweetheart. Y'all had her crying. Y'all had her just overly it was too much. It was too much.
Say, I poopy.
Yeah, that's my girl. I'm so proud of her. And Kyle's not proud of her.
No, that's not what I said.
You hate parenting. You hate kids.
Wow, this is crazy. Rump shaking Benny over here talking about that. No,
that's true. Good point.
No. I adore your daughter, and I'm so happy for her, and I'm glad, despite her parents being complete jerks to her and pushing her, that she persevered through. I am glad. Get ready for the rest of your life, baby Isla.
What do you mean by that?
This is your guys are gonna push her nonstop. It's just gonna push. She's gonna be stressed out.
Guess who wants to stop spending money on diapers?
Poop. It starts with poop. Then it gets to grades. She's gonna be in kindergarten talking about, I got a G for good. Well, why didn't you get an E for excellent?
Trust me, when it comes to school, I'm gonna be like, G for good, that's better than I did. You're doing great, honey.
Don't stress that girl out. Po thing.
Well, again, I just wanted to share that You are not a parent, and I am done listening to you tell people how to parent when you've never been a parent.
Because your daughter pooped, you're now taking a victory lap. You know, some people do it,
absolutely.
Some people do it faster.
You're going to do it faster? You're going to be a better parent?
I said some people. Hell, no, I'm not saying that. I said some people do it faster, so.
I poopied.
Mm-hmm.
She was so proud.
Yeah, she should.
My dad voice is insufferable.
Well, especially when it deals with your little daughter, I'm sure it's heightened.
Say
Hi,
I poopy.
That's really cute. That's really cute.
Oh, she was so happy.
The fact that you have a whole child that you take care of is incredible.
That is crazy. That's the craziest part of all of this,
A whole
isn't it?
child?
If you ever have doubt about whether or not you could be a father, look no further than Benjamin Brust. He should be inspiration to everybody. If he can do it, we can do it. Strofe, you ready?
No, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's to me either. But I mean, if Ben can do it, we can do it.
I'm glad I can be motivation for you guys to know that you can be successful fathers.
Point.
Yeah,
it's a great point.
Absolutely.
If I can do it, you can do it. That's your takeaway?
Yes.
Then we made the world a better place. I have prepared you for more than you could ever imagine until it happens.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Ben Brust. Because of you, I'll be a better father.
I poopied. He's not going to play it. I want to hear it one more time. One more time. I want to hear her. I want to hear my baby.
Say I poopy.
So cute. It's also cute when I'm going to take her to Road America for Father's Day, and she's going to be running around the hillside views, the paddock area. We're going to be eating hot dogs, brats, and burgers, and enjoying IndyCar on Father's Day. You got June sprints this weekend. Kids 16 and under getting free with a paying adult at the gate. So if you're looking for affordable family fun with potty-trained children, you can bring them into the clean bathrooms because, that's a huge thing. When you go to some of these racetracks all over the place where I've been, it's horrible. Road America is top class. It is an unbelievable venue for families. You can camp on site all weekend. You can enjoy affordable family fun all summer at Road America, conveniently located between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay. You know where to go. That is roadamerica.com to get your ticket. roadamerica.com to get your tickets. Let's go to the phone lines, the Carpus Talking text line. Jam in Waukesha?
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm with Brust on this one. I got two little girls. Potty training is absolutely huge. Congratulations.
Huge.
Get them to go on that commode. Life-changing, man. Get a Fisher
It is
Price
huge.
Princess potty. Thank you later.
Oh, man.
All right.
Thank you for actually understand. It's good.
I'm extremely
No.
happy.
I've heard your tone. I'm done with you. I'm the callers who I care about.
I just didn't like how the stress you put that poor girl through.
Okay, I'm like I said, I'm done with you. Jam gets it, parents get it, and I'm done with Kyle Wallace. Okay, now I don't like the fact that it's me saying I poopied. RoadAmerica.com to get your tickets for affordable family fun. We wrap up. Actually, we're not in Madison, so we're just going to keep on rolling. Next.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust.
Kyle, have you ever heard of him prior to the Packers signing him?
No.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Shop the Pig! Homer here, and I'm broadcasting live at the brand new Bayview Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue this Friday. The Pig has a total new look with wider aisles, fresh produce, premium meats, bakery smells that should probably be illegal, and grab-and-go options to have you covered. Then on Saturday, enjoy live music, food samples, mascots, kids fun, and Marquette basketball players Nigel James and Adrian Stevens from 1 to 2. Make plans to stop by the Bayview Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue. I'll be there Friday, starting at 5.
Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this, and Summit Credit Union's got you.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a game. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin believes in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. Because a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. Pella never inflates pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything from start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling, installing, and servicing them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco, Fisco, Fisco.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All right, I have a question for Kyle Wallace.
I have an answer
Ben
for
Brust,
you.
Kyle Wallace, Alex Stroh, front of the show. It's Kyle and Brust. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line. List is more. Romeo Dobbs, his contract is significantly lower than Christian Watson.
$17 million per year. $10 million less. $10 million less.
Would you rather it be Romeo Dobbs instead of Christian Watson?
We talking about money-wise?
No,
I mean,
based off the contracts, which would you rather have for the Green Bay Packers on this team?
Based off the contract, man, if this team could have probably invested that $10 million somewhere else. I mean, to be completely honest, Christian Watson is clearly the better wide receiver than Romeo Dobbs, but the production hasn't been that far off. Both the guys have been around the same for production, even though Romeo's played a little bit more games, but he's been more dependable. When you look at Romeo Dobbs in a playoff game, when that final drive of the game that the Packers ended up not scoring, I remember Romeo Dobbs making a huge catch. I go back to the Dallas Cowboys game a couple years ago in the playoff game. Romeo Dobbs went for over 100 yards receiving, and so I think we paid way too much. I would have probably said I'll take Romeo Dobbs at $17 million and maybe use that other $10 million to try to get a pass rusher or try to invest that somewhere else at another position on the offensive line to solidify the O-line. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But there's a big gap between the two. But the problem is that Christian Watson is yet to be healthy in a full season. And when you got a guy missing 6 to 7 games, 6-7 in a season, that's detrimental to your team.
This makes so much sense now the more that I think about it. What do we know most about Kyle Wallace, Alex Stroh?
He likes to save money.
Well, yeah, that's actually probably number one. He's very cheap.
Yeah, that's number one. And so he doesn't like risk. He's not a big risk guy. He doesn't like to gamble.
No, that's
He's
true.
not a gambler. So he doesn't like the signing of Christian Watson because it's not within his nature to go on feel and potential. He wants to go with what's known and what's certain. But what's known and what's certain about Romeo Doubs is he's already hit his ceiling.
He sure has.
And Christian Watson has more ceiling than Romeo Doubs. And
Also-
if you get him healthy, which I know is a big conversation part of all of this, with this productivity, he can be so much better that it can pay off with this signing.
No, I agree, and I don't not like the signing of Christian Watson, but I also
don't not like it, but I don't love it either.
No, I also believe in the potential of Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed as well. Like, we can say, oh, Matthew Golden only has potential. We're saying the same damn thing about Christian Watson. And so I believe in Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed to the point where I do believe those two guys, and I do believe Matthew Golden will be a number one wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. So it looks like the Packers will have their combination of a Jamison Williams and an Amon-Ra St. Brown, not as good as Amon-Ra St. Brown potentially. And they have the same thing as a Jamar Chase and a T. Higgins. Again, not as good as Jamar Chase, but they'll have a 1-2 duo that's capable of getting 1,000 yards each. I do believe the Packers will have that. And I think Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden, if the Packers did end up moving on from Christian Watson after this 2026 season before they gave him the extension, I think I still would have had confidence that this Packers team could still be really good on offense. But that's not the world we live in. And we live in a world where we have Christian Watson, and I'm extremely happy to know that I'm going to have Christian Watson still for the next 4 years, potentially, unless he gets hurt and the Packers decide to move on from him. But I like what the Packers are doing. I like what they're building. Is their money to play with, not mine.
Your energy and your tone says otherwise.
No,
Like, you can
not
say
no.
whatever you want. Your energy and your tone
If
says
I was not
100%
happy,
different.
if I was not happy with the signing, I would have let you know that this was a stupid signing. This wasn't good. But that is not the case. Just because I disagree with the amount of money, the Packers know more about what their game plan is and what their financial plan is moving forward than I do. And so if they believe $27.5 million isn't too much to pay Christian Watson, then fine. And if they had to overpay him a little bit to give him a little less guaranteed money, then fine. Like, I'm okay with that. I trust that the Green Bay Packers know what they're doing financially because they always say Russ Ball is really good with the numbers. So I trust they know what they're doing. And I think overall, I think this offense is going to be really good, and Christian Watson is going to be part of that. So I'm not mad at the signing whatsoever. Well,
saying those words based on what I've heard the last hour and 50 minutes.
No,
it doesn't combine.
No,
into
I just said
overpay.
overpaid. I just said the Packers overpaid. I never once said Christian Watson isn't
And then
talented.
provided a lot of reasons why.
Why it was an
also
overpay.
not a good signing.
I thought it was a overpay. I felt like they spent more money than they needed to, especially when you look at the guys who are making that amount of money. Everybody says, well, look what real number
But
ones
then
play.
you say
He's
they're
not-
overpaid, but you're trusting the Packers with their money.
Yes.
So, why don't you just trust the Packers and Russ Ball with what they're doing with their money?
I think it's an overpay. But the Packers know more than I do. So
Why
I'm
do
just
you
gonna
think
roll
it's
with
an
it.
overpay?
Because I look at how much these receivers making based off what he's done. He has not done enough in his career overall as a Packer to be getting paid $27 million a year. I thought, just being pretty honest, to me, he probably was more of a $23 million a year, 24
But if you're
top.
Watson's agent,
But
there's no way you're
23,
accepting
24 versus 27, who gives a
that.
damn?
But even if you're representing Christian Watson, you're not accepting that.
Yeah, if you're representing,
And then he goes out and he has a great start to the season. That price is only going up.
Cool. And then you know what I'm going to do? Same thing the Cowboys did to George Pickens. Franchise tag him. I'll franchise tag him and figure it out. These players in the NFL don't have all the chips. They don't have all the control. If he goes and he balls out, they have a mechanism in the NFL for teams to be able to say, yep, you perform well, your ass ain't going nowhere. We're going to place that tag on you. You can sit out of involuntary camp all you want. You can be mad all you want, but guess what? Either you play or you don't get paid. Which one you going to do? And all
I don't have it on me, but is there any other potential players that would be worthy of a franchise tag?
Kyle, how much is Christian Watson making a year?
What I'm saying is he performed well this season. If he performed well this season, the Packers are like, oh, we got to get him. I say franchise tag him.
How much is he going to make?
He's going to make $27 million. And I know what the franchise tag is. It's $27.3 million. So that's my entire point, is that if he proved it this year and he went for the yards that George Pickens went for, then great, good. Go ahead and franchise tag him. But all I'm saying is
then the price is only going to go up, which means they got a bargain.
$28 million? The franchise tag doesn't go up.
But if you franchise tag him, you still don't have him signed long term, which means the price is only going to go up.
I understand that.
So they got a bargain.
But they got. But
if he goes out and proves it this season,
and but if he doesn't come out and prove it, then what does it mean?
He's got several more years to prove it.
Okay, exactly. That's my whole point, is that he hasn't proven that this deal was like, yeah, they locked him up. They got this great high performer locked up who's been healthy. It comes down to health with Christian Watson. Literally, if he stays healthy,
it comes down to health, but it also comes down to money.
He came back last year.
You said what?
He was healthy last year.
Strofe, when you miss games, that means you're not healthy. He missed games because he was not healthy.
So Micah Parsons is also not healthy.
Yeah, Michael Parsons is not healthy starting the season. Yes, if you miss games, you cannot say you were healthy. That's not the case. He
didn't miss another one after he came back.
No, he didn't miss another one when he came back.
All right.
And then also the odds and the props. What are the props saying for him? 783. Like, that's low, right? Like that's weird to me. He should be a 1,000-yard receiver. Am I the only one that has the expectation of 1,000 yards now?
No, I'm with you on that.
Okay, I'm just saying,
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I would also bet the over on that.
On the 780?
Whatever it is, yeah, I'd bet the over. If it's under 1,000.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. It all comes down to health. I can't put my all the chips in on Christian Watson just not knowing that he's going to be fully healthy, but I hope he is fully healthy, because if he is, that is going to help this Packers team be really good this year.
A lot of ifs, a lot of next steps, a lot of potential. It's all got to come together for them if they're going to do something special. We continue on until 5 o'clock. It's Kyle and Brust. We're back in 2 short minutes with Keyshawn Nixon saying some stuff about the Bears.
Backups on westbound 94 from 27th Street all the way to about Hawley Road. Then you're back on the brakes just west of Highway 100, past Elm Grove Road, and then from Moreland Road all the way to Barker. On the eastbound side, you got backups from Highway 16, past Barker Road to Brookfield Road, and then from 76th Street through to about 27th on eastbound 94. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing showers overnight with a low of 65. Tomorrow, batches of showers and storms, a high of 83 with a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Calling all Badger fans. Wisconsin men's hockey powered its way to the NCAA National Championship game this spring. And that same relentless drive is headed back to the Kohl Center this fall. Now's the time to get in. Secure your 2026-27 season tickets today and be part of a program powered by Badger Pride. The next chapter starts in Madison with you. Visit uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS to lock in your seats today. On Wisconsin.
Bryan Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I know the value of gear that works as hard as you do. And with Father's Day coming up, Iron Jock has some great bundle deals for every kind of dad. Get a performance t-shirt and low-cut socks for just $35, a polo and cap bundle for $65, or grab a lightweight hoodie and jogger set for only $100. Iron Jock gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by Silver Ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Shop Father's Day bundles now through June 21st at ironjock.com.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour is brought to you by Siding Unlimited, the 5-time winner of the National Pella Platinum Premium Certified Contractor of the Year. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4. on Kyle and Brust.
They all mad because I got the Torito. 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 Torito.
Oh, baby! Da 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 da.
If you ain't know,
No.
she got a bankroll.
She got a bankroll.
It's not a secret.
Secret.
She could take you.
She can take you.
I got a lot of problems.
Problems.
And I can't go. But it's okay, cause I got the Torito. 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 Torito.
Let me guess. Tori didn't have his mic on the whole time.
It was on, but it wasn't on in the production, I guess.
Joining us
A
on
strong
Kyle and
stroke didn't
Brust.
have it on at all.
He was excited to be
He was
dancing.
A.
I was spinning.
He was A. It was powerful.
Tori said it was on, but it wasn't on in the production. I heard it, so I think he was on the whole time.
I was hoping that Joe Mike picked it up.
I was wondering why it was so quiet because I turned Ben off because he was 3 seconds late to everything. It was very
Well,
annoying.
I was off?
Yeah, you were off.
Yeah, you got.
I was jamming.
You got to anticipate.
Hey.
If you ain't know,
No.
she got a bankroll.
She got a bankroll.
It's not a secret.
Secret.
She can take you.
She can take you.
Got a lot of problems.
Problems.
But I can't go.
Oh.
It's okay because I got that.
Torilo.
Hey.
You got to bring
Joining
more songs on
us.
the album.
There we go. Now we're feeling alive. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Tori Lowe joining us a day early. Why are we leaving Strofe alone?
Wrong one.
Hey.
We didn't do
What's
anything.
happening?
That's diabolical.
Pow.
You know, Tori got an album out, right?
Oh, wow.
Cool. It is cool.
Tori Lowe, Christian Watson, 4-year, $110 million extension.
It's powerful.
It's powerful.
That's powerful.
How do you feel about the Green Bay Packers wide receiver room?
I mean, right now it's skilled. We got the long ball, a lot of potential for the long ball. I'm excited. We can stretch the field. I mean, we got the players, we got the talent, we got the QB. I think Green Bay will be offense to watch this year.
Yeah, I agree, Tori. My biggest thing is I like the signing. I love that they're keeping the trio of wide receivers together. Right. But I just thought maybe the Packers overpaid for a guy that hasn't been able to put together a full season, a lot of times due to injury. It's not inconsistent play on the field because he seems to be more consistent, but the fact that he hasn't been available for the team on the field. So I got the Green Bay Packers based off some other contracts. Jameson Williams last year with the Detroit Lions. This is his second season going for 1,000 yards. And last offseason, he got $26 million, right? And I just understand, a year advances, and so money goes up and the cap goes up, but it just feels like they're not really right now in the same atmosphere as a guy that has gone for 1,000 yards twice, while, Christian Watson's most he's had in the season was 620 yards.
I think Christian Watson, when he's on the field, you got to respect the long ball.
Yeah.
And I think that the Packers need that threat for their offense to actually work.
For $27 million, you got to have a guy that's a threat.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is
who has not had a complete season healthy.
Well,
so you're missing him. So he's not that threat's only there.
I'll say this. Sometimes the stats and it's beyond potential with Christian Watson. We know that he's a threat with the deep ball. So long as he's on the field, the defense have to make room for that. So that opens up the room for the running game. That opens up the room for the passing game, the short passing game, the play action. And they're going off of that quality.
Yeah, and also
to be a game changer. He's definitely a game changer.
But you talk about the overall just being a deep threat. I think he's improved running routes and his being, the total route tree. I think of this past season, and me and Ben were talking about it earlier, I think this was the best all-around season as a receiver that he's had in the NFL, especially coming off that injury. So I definitely think that his trajectory is going in the right direction, but will that trajectory
I wonder
get
how
cut
much
off
of
by
it
injury?
is guaranteed.
$31 million guaranteed.
Okay,
so
so
low guarantees,
right.
but high average
Right.
salary per year.
And I wouldn't send him over the middle anytime soon. I mean, just don't send him over the middle. And,
He was
and
over
may
the
last.
middle on,
he might last the whole
was
season.
that
right.
fourth down, Kyle, against the Bears, in which it was kind of catchable, kind of not?
That was fourth down with the Bears in the middle of the field where it was it would have been a tough catch. But I'm not, he didn't come down with it. So, now
I'm just saying,
on to the next year.
I mean, long as he can stretch the field, I think that the Packers can work, underneath. So I think that they're paying for that for the offense to have room to work.
But I just don't want us making any more excuses about, injuries and games played. When I look at some of the best receivers in the NFL last year, most of them played 16, 17 games last year. And if they didn't play a 17th game, it's probably because of the fact that their team was already locked up that playoff position, so they didn't need to play that. So I need to get a full season out of him.
I do understand that, yeah. The need for
In one or two sentences, tell me how you feel about Lucas Van Ness.
I'm kind of disappointed. I think that I expected more out of him, and he's not delivered on the potential. But in 2 words, I'll say.
It was 2 sentences, and I think you did well.
Yeah, disappointed. Yeah.
Disappointed.
Because I want to play you a clip from Micah Parsons, the game wrecker himself, on Lucas Van Ness.
I mean, I
think between all of us, I think Luke is someone that people sleep on the most, and I don't know why. I think by the end of the season, if Luke stays healthy, I think the Packers will be. He'll probably be the favorite. That's how much confidence I have in him.
Who are you?
I mean, I'm already a favorite. But I definitely think I'm gonna have my hands full with Luke on who's gonna be the best. And I believe in him. I think sometimes he listens to y'all and that gets to him. But I think he can be as great as he wants to be.
So if he's listening to you, Tori, what would you say to Lucas Van Ness? Because Micah believes in him.
I'm going to say this. I believed in him because even last year in the playoffs, I said he was the one that was going to step up. But that didn't even happen like that. But what I'm saying is I think that we as Packer fans, we have high expectations for Van Ness. And I think that when he doesn't achieve at least the ideal of what we believe he could be, I think we feel like, okay, well, what's going on with Van Ness? But I think that this year with Micah being around, even though he won't be playing until the 4th game, possibly the 5th game, I'll say this. He has somebody there that can show him techniques, better techniques. I'm looking forward to it because if Micah Parsons is stamping him, maybe he's working out with him. Maybe he's showing him some tips. Maybe he's getting him mentally ready because he's not going to be there for the first four weeks. So we need somebody.
His first-year mentor was Rashawn Gary.
I mean, my thing with Lucas Van Ness is that that when I looked at Lucas Van Ness,
he probably did the same production as Rashawn.
My expectations from him
need a better mentor. I don't know.
I was expecting initially I was expecting for him to grow and be something good.
Right.
But it turned out like now I lower my expectations, but with all this hype and conversation around him, okay, well, if they say he's going to be a disruptive force, then I expect to be a disruptive force. I expect to get the type of production that we got out of Kenny Clark. Remember when Kenny Clark was young and good? I expect that type of production. Kenny Clark wasn't an all-pro, but he was a solid contributor. I expect to see that from Lucas Van Ness.
I think it's fair to raise expectations when not only Micah, but the head coach in his press conference is calling him disruptive, right? Like, this wouldn't be something we would be talking about and getting potentially excited about if 2 of the main characters in the building weren't putting his name out there as someone to be looking out for.
I think that they are seeing a difference. Maybe he worked out a little bit more. Maybe he, Micah has a few tips that he can offer somebody about getting sacks and things. I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of mental advantage with having Micah around. Even with the Packers team, we had a boost when he came. So maybe Van Ness got a boost from being able to be around him for a year, and maybe he took some things in. Maybe he worked on a few parts of the parts of his game that it needed improvement. Let's see. Let's give him a shot.
I mean, he's going to be here for 2 years.
Give him a shot again.
Yeah,
here we go.
4th shot.
Give him a shot. That's what we love here. We love that's our favorite thing to do in Wisconsin. Give him a shot. 5th year don't matter. 4th year, give him a shot. You got some players.
I'll say this:
some players break through year 1, year 2, but the other guy, give him a shot.
Hey, look, hold on. If he's gonna be down on that in the dirt, in the trenches, and this is what we got. I want to at least give him the nod of encouragement that we believe that he has the potential to be great. So I'd rather start it out that way because this is what we have. And I believe that if he can go into the season and he can actually believe that he can add to, maybe increase his sack numbers. I want to see him get more sacks. I want to see him increase his sack numbers because it's not it's not there. I don't see the proof of him.
So
10 sacks. You guys are getting LVN jerseys.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take you up on that.
Basically, Torrey is saying, since he's going to be on my team, I might as well support him. That is the world of a Packer fan.
What I'm saying is, I'd rather for him to be. I like people with huge egos, but I like it when the ego actually can be productive. I hate when you have a huge ego and you're not productive. Now, Micah can have a huge ego because he's productive.
He's uber productive.
Myles Garrett can have a huge ego because he's productive.
Very productive.
Now, Van Ness may need to work on being productive.
I would hope my first round pick by
that's
year.
all I'm saying.
By year 4, you should know what guys are.
Right.
Like even with Christian Watson, like I know who he is. It's just he hasn't been healthy. Lucas Van Ness, I don't know who he is. And so we're going into year 4 now, and we better figure it out because you promised him a 5th year. You said, we're going to sign on to a 5th year, and based off what we saw through the first 3 seasons, it hasn't been good enough. It's just this is just the same narrative up and down. The Packers love just these guys and say potential.
I think on Van Ness's part, as a Packer fan, I love the Packers, but I do believe that we have a farm system where we raise up players, and sometimes we can get players that can break through and become superstars, and then sometimes we get players that are decent players. I don't know if he's a superstar or a decent player at this point. Well,
he ain't no dang
I'm talking about with the upselling.
No,
maybe there's still another gear.
I
don't know. I mean, maybe there's another gear that is still available. It's only his 4th season.
When you wish upon a star.
We got to. Hey, look, let me tell you something. Green Bay, all we got to do is try to send that energy, get the frequency, get them involved, get them excited. I'm going to tell you right now, when I play football, I was always talking to the guys on the bench. And when they got in the game, I expected them to play. Next man up. So
usually
I think you got to encourage.
Usually first-round picks you find out within the first 3 years. It's those guys who are 2nd, 3rd, 4th that usually, all right, if they become dudes, you see it in the 3rd, 4th year.
I agree.
We'll see. Lucas,
Let's see.
He's the first-round pick.
Now, after this year, would I be so optimistic? I don't know.
Well, it don't matter.
Send us out telling us about one of your friends, Kyle. We appreciate you, Torrey.
Oh, most definitely. I can definitely tell you about my friends at Paul's Jewelers. For nearly 60 years, Paul's Jewelers has been Milwaukee's trusted destination for expert jewelry repair, custom designs, and one-of-a-kind creations. And I got my own one-of-a-kind creation that I cannot wait to pick up before my wedding. And with more than 170 years of combined craftsmanship experience, their in-house team brings your vision to life with unmatched skill and unmatched care. I understand the wedding process can be nerve-wracking. Proposing can be nerve-wracking. Finding a ring can be nerve-wracking. But knowing that you can work with a great team at Paul's Jewelers right here in the city, in the state of Wisconsin, you can feel comfortable knowing that they're going to help you every step of the way. And as America celebrates 250 years, Paul's Jewelers is honoring the makers who keep the jewelry craft alive. Join them for an intimate showroom event featuring the hand-forged bands, alternative engagement rings, and a rare one-of-a-kind stone, all made by American jewelers. Visit them today, June 25th through the 27th, for their special sale and special event they're having at Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers, Milwaukee's trusted jeweler for over 59 years. Visit their showroom today in West Dallas.
Torrey said he likes egos that produce. There's an ego in the cornerback room. Does he produce enough for you? Keyshawn Nixon on the Bears next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
I was in New Orleans telling stories. You in the middle of a quiz.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Looks like we got a crash on southbound 43 on the ramp to get on to 794 eastbound off on the left shoulder. Definitely seeing delays from Capitol Drive down into the Marquette interchange and beyond, too, over the high-rise bridge all the way down to Holt Avenue. We've got northbound 4394 slowing down from about Lincoln up over the high-rise bridge to about North Avenue. We've also got eastbound 94 backing up from Highway 164 all the way to Brookfield Road, and then from 76th Street to 35th, westbound from 27th Street to Hawley Road, and then from just west of Highway 100 to Barker. Traffic is brought to you by Badgerland Junk. Clear the clutter fast with simple, stress-free cleanouts from single items to full properties. Upfront pricing, no hidden fees. Visit badgerlandjunk.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing showers overnight with a low of 65. Tomorrow, batches of showers and storms, a high of 80. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Reinhardt is IT manager at ACS Group. Mark, your company has had business technology from James Imaging Systems for years. Right out of the blocks, would you recommend James to others?
Yes, I've had nothing but a great experience with James Imaging Systems, and I would definitely want to share that with others.
A great experience in what way?
I think it's just a personal touch. They actually listen to our needs, walking our business, and finding out what solutions we need to do our job better.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation, adding up to more bang for your business technology dollar.
Yeah, we are absolutely getting a return on investment on the dollars we're spending with James Imaging Systems.
Mark, safe to say ACS Group is happy?
Very happy with James Imaging Systems. People are smiling.
Put a smile on your face with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I can't raise my arms, I can't kneel down, which means I can't play with the kids and golf with the guys or get through a workday without exhausting pain. But it's Ben Brust here. I'm here to celebrate what you can do. That's exactly what QC Connect's patients are doing. That's not bracing for the next jolt of pain. That's gone. They've moved on. They're living the best life. You've heard me talk about Dr. Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics. So many of you have been through the game-changing regenerative treatments done right in the office. No missing work, no surgery, no long recovery, because that inflammation calms down and the pain backs off. And we love hearing from you and how we at ESPN Milwaukee help you dig out from underneath that long list of I can't do this, I can't do that, to I'm living rent-free, happy as can be. Go find out what you can do. It's a great life out there, everybody. Go live it to the fullest. Get rid of that pain starting now. Get to it. Consultations are free to see if you're a good candidate with weekend appointments available. Call 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. I'm Ben Brust, hanging out at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofa at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios. 800-990-3776 is where you can get in to the show at the Carbless Talk and Text line. Of course, YouTube as well, at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, Keyshawn Nixon was heavily involved in every game, making a game-saving play in the first game against the Bears, making some bonehead plays in different games, getting scored on by DJ Moore, pressing up on his route in which they were in a full-out blitz, throwing over the top of him. He's been in the mix when it comes to the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. He was asked about the Chicago Bears by the media. This is what Keyshawn Nixon had to say.
Is that good for the rivalry? Do you hate them?
They hate us more than we hate them. We've been worried about other teams, you know. We worry about them now, though. They're definitely a good football team. They coach well. They play hard. But our process is not the Chicago Bears. That's not our Super Bowl. Our process is to win the North first. So the way we do that, we got to beat them anyway. It's just like Detroit and Minnesota. So our division is going to be up for grabs regardless because of the amount of talent that's in our division, just like the NFC West. I think the NFC is just the more loaded side. So the Bears is not like our thought process of the offseason. Like
Clocky
Kyle
King.
Wallace.
Clocky King.
What you got to explain what that means.
It means he did that. He said that. Preach facts. I love it. Say that.
What do you love?
I love. Listen, Keyshawn Nixon. He's not the number one wide receiver. Number one cornerback. I want whatsoever. But he is somebody I want in my corner, 100%. Because when you got beef, you know that man gonna be standing on business, and everything he said was factual. He was keeping it real. The Bears literally brought cheese graters out after they beat the Green Bay Packers, and they probably brought them same cheese graters to Lambeau when they were hoping to beat the Packers in Green Bay that time before. It seems to me that everything with the Packers, the Bears just make it huge. They make it their Super Bowl. You think about the fact that when they hire new coaches, what do these coaches say? And when we play those Packers, we're going to beat those Packers. You got Caleb Williams doing cheese grater for the Madden stuff. You got these guys who are just overly excited, celebrating like they won a Super Bowl after they beat the Packers. Every win should matter in the NFL, but for some reason, to the Chicago Bears, the win against the Packers means everything. But I get it. When you've been little bro, you've been getting pounded for years by a team, you kind of feel that way. And I know that it's not just the players, it's the organization as well from the ownership group and them being excited. I even heard that them damn Bears were going around telling people at the end of the 2024-2025 NFL season, well, yeah, we didn't make the playoffs and we were under 500, but we're 1-0 in Green Bay to start off 2025. Like, that is their mentality. That's how low their bar is. When they beat the Packers in the playoffs, that was their Super Bowl. They didn't care about winning a Super Bowl. They cared about beating the Packers in the playoffs, and that is pathetic.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing is I do like Keyshawn Nixon sort of being who he is, but you have to acknowledge, like, they did beat the Packers twice, and so they do have a little bit of a leg up right now. I won't count the one that the organization was, as you say, talking about when they beat him when Jordan Love went out and Christian Watson tore the ACL. That one was a nothing burger. But to win the last two games, this has ratcheted up, and they are someone you need to respect. And I think he's doing that in a way of, like, they're a good football team. But he mentions our first step is to win the North. Well, that hasn't happened. So everything matters. The Bears matter. The Vikings matter. The Lions matter. The whole rest of the schedule matters. But you also have to send little brother backwards, and right now they have the leg up. They have the leg up until they don't. Right now they have that leg up on the Green Bay Packers.
So a team beats you twice in the season. Now, the way you said it.
In the way that they won, Kyle?
Yeah, they
won?
They came back and they won. I give them that. They beat the Packers this year. They had the Packers number when it mattered most. Like that in the win and loss column is the only place that it mattered, and the Bears had it. But I'm not going to sit here and allow 1 year to turn this into this big issue, this big rivalry. The Bears still got to prove it to me. They got to show me this season that they are legit, because until then, it took the Lions time to prove to me that they are legit. The Bears are in the exact same space. If the Bears go and back to talk up and they win 11 games, they make the playoffs again, they win in the NFC North again, then we got something. Then we're chasing something. But still right now, even when you look at the odds in the NFC North, guess what? The Bears are behind the Green Bay Packers, so it's not like we're still 100% looking up to the Bears. Again, I said it before.
But the Packers have been the odds-on favorite or second favorite the last 4 years, and they haven't won the North. So it doesn't matter where you are before the season.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is this, is that I agree with Keyshawn Nixon with that the Chicago Bears as an organization care so much more about beating the Green Bay Packers than the Packers care about beating the Chicago Bears. You have their head coach talking about certain things with our coach, Matt LaFleur, making up stuff in his mind because he wanted to get all revved up and ready for the Packers. So, like, again, I'm glad my team looks at it as, listen, it's just another game that's a divisional game in an important division that's really tough, and the Bears look at it as this is everything. Beating the Lions should mean something to the Bears. Beating the Vikings should mean something to the Bears, and beating the Packers should mean something to the Bears. But unfortunately, it means everything to beat the Packers, even though the Lions is a team that smacked their behind twice last year. The Bears were 2-4 in the division.
If the Packers or Bears don't win the division, but the Bears beat the Packers twice, does anything change in your mind?
Yeah, if the Packers get swept by the Bears this year, then I would be very disappointed. I would say, okay, because more than likely, if we get swept by the Bears, that means the Packers probably finish behind the Bears in the season, and that means that the Packers have some issues. So, yeah, but, they can have it. Like, I'm glad my cornerback's mentality is, hey, I'm going to let them, they can do that. We focus on beating everybody. We not focus on just beating one team.
Strofa, we were talking about this conversation with Josh DiMaggio, producer of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Morning 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN. He is texting us right now. Have you been able to figure out how to read Josh DiMaggio's misspelled text?
Yeah, he is awful at spelling, but I think I've got it. So he said they should care more, meaning the Packers should care more. Then he said they wouldn't get.
Looks like
they wouldn't get pantsed. Correct, because he's saying they got pantsed by the Bears and sent to Cancun. And then he said it's too late because they got swept.
He's just rifling off.
Now, I think there was about 7 misspellings in there, but I believe that's what he meant.
Josh is panicking. Like he's
also
Josh is panicking?
Also, Sal Frelick up with the bases loaded. Brewers down 5.
So one swing of the bat doesn't even tie the game. But yeah, there's no reason to panic. Like, dude, the Packers lost to the Bears. Yes, just like the Packers lost to the Lions 2 years ago. Like, we'll be okay. I'm not concerned. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not going to sit here and panic over the Packers losing to the Bears. The Packers need to make adjustments because they not only need to get better so they can beat the Bears as many times as they play them next year, they also need to be chasing those Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. If my eye is just focused on beating the Bears, then I'm a loser. Then I'm not setting the bar high enough. I'm aiming at being better than the Rams.
I think your eyes need to be a little bit more focused on them. You don't need to be fully focused, but you've written them off in 2026.
They're not. Yes. The Bears this year, they will be a good team this year, but the record won't be. It won't show it. They'll win less games this year than won last year. They won't make the playoffs in my prediction this year simply because their schedule will be harder. And again, growth isn't linear, and so just because the team might be better this year doesn't mean that they're gonna be better at the record overall. I look at the Detroit Lions last year. I still think they're a good team, but they didn't find a way to win all the games that they needed to. And so I don't think it's crazy to think that a team could regress record-wise while also taking the steps they need to get better in the future.
Why don't you tell us about, with your eyes, what you look out of?
Oh, those are my windows with Universal Windows Direct. And if you're looking to upgrade your home to some brand new windows, well, you can do it with UWD. And right now, when you work with Universal Windows Direct, you can get 48 months of 0% interest financing. You can buy 4 windows and get 4 windows free as well. What a great way to invest in your home and not have to stretch your budget. So if you're looking to upgrade your windows in your home, call my friends at Universal Windows Direct. There will be no type of pressure that they'll put on you to buy the windows. They'll show you exactly what will work for you. They're not going to try to upcharge or upsell you at all. They're going to give you the perfect fit. When they came to my house for the nice in-home consultation and the estimates, they did a great job. I was like, you know what? This would be stupid not to say yes. And I want you to have that exact same experience. So make sure you call them today at 414-410-2000. That's 414-410-2000, or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free. 48 months interest-free, and make sure you get the comfort and efficiency in saving all summer long from Universal Windows Direct. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Wheel of Strofe is next.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust.
Yeah, play some defense on him or something.
You're asking the wrong person.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Definitely seeing backup southbound 41 from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive. The northbound side slowing from Mayfair Road up to about Silver Spring. It's going to be a tight squeeze on southbound 894 as well. Technically starting from Blue Mound Road all the way down through the Hale interchange onto 894 eastbound past Forest Home. And then on westbound 894, we got the 2 left lanes blocked right about at Loomis with a broken down vehicle. And those 2 left lanes are backing things up back through the Mitchell interchange. Traffic is brought to you by Badgerland Junk. Clear the clutter fast with simple, stress-free cleanouts. From single items to full properties. Upfront pricing, no hidden fees. Visit BadgerlandJunk.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Increasing showers overnight with a low of 65. Tomorrow, batches of showers and storms, a high of 83 with a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
You've always been competitive at work, in the gym, even with your kids. But lately you feel off. Workouts take longer to recover from. Your drive just isn't there. You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back the energy to being dad again. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Homer here. I've been on this journey since January and have already lost 27 pounds and on my way to at least 30. What I love most is how safe and easy this program has been. No complicated plans, just real results that fit into everyday life. If you've been looking for a weight loss program that really works, this is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust talking about our great friends at Road America. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Just a short drive from Milwaukee and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. And on-site camping lets you stay all weekend. June Sprints is up next and coming June 5th through the 7th. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets the outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust leading into the Homer Hour. Ben Brust here in Madison at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison remote studio. Kyle Wallace and Alex Strofe hanging out at the Gruber Law offices. One call, that's all studios. You, the K&B fan, can always get us at 800-990-3776. The Carbos Talk and text line. Let's hit it. It's the Wheel of Strofe.
It's time for the
Wheel of Strofe.
Oh, yeah, it's another day, another buckaroonie. I've got a wheel. I've got topics. We've got things to talk about. We will discuss them because I'm going to spin the
Wheel of Strofe.
Here we go. Oh, no.
Push-ups, push-ups, push-ups.
Push-ups.
Come on, let's go, baby. Ben, you take it.
I take it. I want to do push-ups. Strofe, actually, you don't work out anymore, so let me do the push-ups. You don't work out. You don't work out anymore. Okay, get down and get to do the push-ups. I will say I did have the privilege of playing at the American Family Insurance Championship Pro-Am. Darren Clark, I said I didn't know if he was going to be fun or not. Like, I don't know much, about, like, golf history. He was an absolute legend. I love guys that can talk crap the entire 18 holes. And if you have somebody like that in a Pro-Am, you win. Because it was fun. I was horrible. I played horrible golf. And he let me know for 18 holes, or for 17 holes, how bad I was. So shout out to Darren Clark. I am a
What'd he
huge
tell you?
fan. He was having betting odds of me hitting it out of play each time I'd step up.
Bro, you were
Oh,
that
wow.
bad?
You got
5 to
hurt.
1. Well, it wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough where he could try and get in my head. And on 18th hole, I finally piped one down the middle, hit it on the green, made the birdie putt, and he goes, for 17 holes, you were, bleep, bleep, and bleep, and now you want to show up. It was just like, that what a life, by the way. He won a major championship. He's 57 years old, and he just gets to golf. Jealous. What a life.
Wheel of Strofe.
Why'd you say oh no to doing push-ups, Joe?
Oh, no, I
You
actually
know how
love
it
the
goes,
burn.
man.
I feel great now.
Good.
I feel good. Last night, the NBA Finals, Game 1, Knicks beat the Spurs and have a 1-0 series lead, but that's not what everybody's paying attention to. As a fan during the game stormed the court just to take a selfie with Victor Wembanyama. He's now been banned from all 30 NBA arenas for the foreseeable future.
Jail.
Did he go to jail?
He should.
I know in the past people have spent the night in the Slammer, but I'm unaware if that was the case here. Regardless, is it worth it to get a selfie with Victor Wembanyama in his finals debut to never go to another NBA game? Yes or no?
If you had some money on it, yeah.
What do you mean?
They got all these different bed naps.
Oh, well, was there a
Betting
prop?
on himself to get a selfie with
Yeah, I don't
Victor
understand.
Wembanyama on one of those predictive markets.
Or is it just like somebody will storm the court? Is that what you mean?
Something like that, yeah.
I had a different takeaway. Not from the selfie, not from the way the Knicks had a great fourth quarter, not that Wemby sucked. It just made me feel sad, if I'm being honest.
Why is
You know
that?
why it made me feel sad that 5 years ago was when the Milwaukee Bucks won their championship, and how far away a championship is for the Milwaukee Bucks. That's what I was thinking.
Jalen Brunson took 31 shots, by the way.
Damn, I know. I forgot after the Brewers
Yeah, but he
game.
also scored in like the important moments
In the
like,
clutch.
In the
No,
last
I mean,
3
he was
minutes,
doing what a number one guy does.
Dude,
It's the biggest game of his career. I want the ball.
The last shot that he made was crazy. He just
the
turned
shot
around
fake,
and floated
step
up.
into him, leaning, floating,
That's
bam.
good.
Like, yeah.
Well,
he's a
Ben,
baller.
I mean, Ben,
He's Ben's height, isn't he?
Ben, I imagine, probably about his height.
Well, why can't you do
Yes.
that, Ben?
Because he's a point guard and I was a shooting guard. He's much.
Well, you
better
were a
with
point
the ball.
guard in summer league.
You were Jason Kidd,
which I never was in my life. And Jason Kidd,
One of the
treated me
all-time
like
great
a
point guards said, "You're a point guard,
and-
bro."
and you didn't
and
take
gave
the coaching.
me advice like I was gonna be a point guard, even though I knew I had no future as a point guard. But that was cool. But yeah, no, it got me thinking of 2019, the missed opportunity, up 2-0 against the Raptors. 2020, how great they were before the world stopped. 2021 and 2022, the injury to Chris Middleton. It just made me think about opportunities that you could have seen and how cool it was that the Bucks actually did win a championship in 2020.
Is it odd we've
That's
heard
where my
nothing?
brain
We've heard literally nothing in weeks about the Giannis situation. Is that strange to you?
There's been some little news about it.
Has there?
But more rumors than anything else.
I've heard nothing.
Truly reported.
Nothing really reported.
Which is weird to me because
we
we're
gonna
less
start
than, we're
talking about it here?
We can talk about it. We're talking about it right now.
Nah.
You are the ultimate when are we going to talk about it guy as we're actively talking about it.
Okay, go ahead. Will Strofe. Let's hear it.
Okay,
because
no,
this
no,
didn't
talk about
this
it,
didn't
Kyle.
start.
No,
This
give
didn't
him
start
the
with
floor,
Giannis.
Strofe. Give him the floor.
Did this start with Giannis? It started with the Knicks and Jalen Brunson, did it not?
Yeah, but we have evolved our conversation to talk about
yes,
Giannis.
yes.
Why do you think I brought it back to Giannis?
Goodness gracious.
Hey, that was a shot at me. I didn't appreciate that.
Sure was.
That was unnecessary. But the fact that we're less than 3 weeks away from the start of the NBA draft, we're 19 days away from the start of the NBA draft, which is the deadline that Jimmy Haslam set to figure it out with Giannis.
He's awfully quiet for that deadline.
We all anticipate a trade is coming in the next 19 days, and we haven't heard squat. That's weird to me.
I don't think it's going to be in the next. Just because he said that doesn't mean it can't be
But
after.
Benny, you have to think of it from this perspective, right? Like everybody views this year's NBA draft as one of the best in decades. If the Bucks want to, I'm not saying be a competitor in 2026.
Decades. Wow.
But if they want to, get the maximum compensation, they'd like to acquire an additional pick, at least I would imagine, in this year's draft, because it's that good. You already have pick 10. If you can get, let's say, I know the Thunder have this pick, so it might not be a great example, but let's just say you're able to acquire pick 12. All of a sudden, you have picks 10 and 12. Can you utilize the
Use
two of those
10 and
picks?
12?
You either use 10 or 12, you get 2 bites at the apple, or you package those with something else, maybe a player you acquire in a
10
trade.
and Ryan Rollins to move up. I don't know.
Right,
There's
exactly.
Stuff they can do.
Exactly.
I think you're just a little bit early here. I think John Horst is probably working the phones. I mean, no trade's going to happen right now, obviously. So I mean, let's give it a week.
I don't know that that's obvious. What if
Yeah.
a trade happens tonight?
It won't. It's NBA Finals.
I hope
Do you think they're letting a monumental trade happen after Game 1 of the NBA Finals? No. The NBA
Who's they? The NBA?
Hell yeah! This is entertainment, baby. The storylines as soon as we get towards the end of
it would keep the NBA in the headlines.
Yeah, NBA.
If that were the case, the Shams wouldn't have broke the MVP before the MVP award ceremony if it was all about the big moments.
That's correct. So there you have it. All right, we're out of time. That is all I got for you on the Wheel of Strove.
Wow, what a Wheel of
I
Strove.
have time to tell you about the Princeton Club because I'm in Madison, and there's plenty of locations in Madison, but there's also a great new Berlin location with a pool. The pool is open. The weekend weather, there's going to be opportunities to get some sunshine. You can drop your kid off with free childcare at the membership like we do. Work out, feel good, get that foundation of a healthy, strong body, and you can grow from there. So if you're looking to grow, 2026, the Princeton Club is the place to go for you. Plus, they provide everything you need to be successful and have a great time. It's your one-stop shop. It is the Princeton Club. We go to Bryan Bulaga next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
Somehow she still loves you. Still fascinating to me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Junior Achievement, we believe students learn best by doing. With support from Pieper Electric, young people are gaining real-world insight into careers that keep our communities running, from energy and engineering to skilled trades and technical innovation. Through hands-on experiences in JA BizTown, students are discovering how their interests can turn into meaningful careers. Thank you to Pieper Electric for helping inspire the next generation of builders and problem solvers. Learn more at ja.org.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Hauser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breese Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Fruit store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 8 to 16-ounce selected varieties. Old Dutch Restaurant tortilla, crunch, ripple, or traditional potato chips, 2 for $5.50. Fresh 85% lean ground chuck, $4.99 a pound. Southern peaches, $2.49 a pound. 7 to 8-ounce selected varieties. Essential everyday shredded or chunk cheese, $1.79.
It's a long fly ball.
Every time I scan, what is happening?
A leaping grab at the wall.
Okay, fine, I'll play. Get a load of this watermelon. And here's the pitch.
Please wait for assistance.
Win Century Foods Ultimate Fan Experiences at Milwaukee baseball games. Throw out the first pitch, hold the ribbon for the Johnsonville famous sausage race, or watch batting practice from the field.
Ooh, what do I do?
Complete the entry form in Century's weekly ad and return to the store.
Oh, no, what happened here? Oh, self-checkout couldn't handle my heater. Here, I filled out my entry form. Gotta go. Have a great day.
I'll go get the mop.
Enter by August 5th.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Take me out to the ball game, roll out the barrel, and get up, get out of here, gone. There's nothing like Milwaukee baseball. The Brew Crew is back, and we're here to help you turn your tailgate or game viewing experience into a grand slam. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960 we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for game day. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, only 10 minutes from AmFam Field, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Main.
Discount liquor.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is Kyle and Brust here on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle Wallace. Ben Brust has, I guess, decided to leave early and take the rest of the show off. He's Alex Strofe, but we are so happy to be joined by former Packer, future Packers Hall of Famer, Bryan Bulaga. How you doing, Boo?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right. What was your
decided to go?
Yeah. What was your first reaction when you saw the news about Christian Watson signing that 4-year, $110 million extension?
Not totally shocked by it. I'm happy for him. Obviously, it's good for the young man. When Homer and I were talking about this, well, it was probably 2 months ago, about Christian Watson, and if he plays well, he's going to get paid. Well, and I was floating the numbers 25 to 30 million, and everyone on Twitter was telling me I'm crazy if they think the Packers were going to pay that. There's no way. Well, they just did.
Way.
And yeah. They just did. So listen, I don't know where it ranks among receivers. I have no idea.
Top 15, I believe.
Yeah, top 15. That's going rate for a number one. Like, one that hasn't made any Pro Bowls or All Pros or anything like that. That's the going rate. And Green Bay, if they wanted to keep their number one, was always going to have to be in that ballpark. Now, I don't know all the details of the contract. I don't know the total guarantees of it and everything like that. I guess that'll be a little bit more informative when that all comes out. But listen, when he's healthy, he is a huge piece to this puzzle. And he played really well last year when he was available, which was majority of the season, right? He only missed a few games or a game or something like that because of the ribs. So I'm on board with it. I think it's a good move.
Talking with Bryan Bulaga on Kyle and Brust. Bryan joins us on the Yingling guest hotline. Bryan, I sound like I'm sorry for being late, number two. Number one, I'll go back to. I feel like a broken record. I continuously, as they sign skill position players, and I think about Jordan Love's success, and I think about this offense, I cannot get the offensive line out of my head, because if Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, Tucker Kraft, Jaden Reed are all going to thrive, and Jordan Love as well, and Josh Jacobs, it is a huge task for this offensive line to play well so this offense can thrive.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. I mean, we can have all the eye candy we want, right? You can have the great receivers and the great tight end and a great quarterback and, good running back that, can catch out of the – you can have all that. Like, that's all great to have. But the guys up front don't do their job. It is going to be very hard to come by to see productivity out of those guys consistently week in and week out. I mean, that's just the nature of it. You want them all to catch passes and get the ball and things like that, which is great. We all want to see that too, but the guys up front have to do their job in order to make that thing work.
Do you know when the last time it was like this uncertain for the group coming into a season?
I don't recall, to be honest. It's been a while. I mean, at least there's always once in a while, so-and-so left in free agency, who's going to fill one spot? But the rest of the four are solid. Who's going to fill in there? Like when Sitton was released, what was that, in 2016? It was like, who's going to fill that spot? And then Lane Taylor jumped in and he played really well. So, it's never been where we have multiple questions about multiple positions. And to me, that's the one thing that's honestly going to be a huge decision maker and factor into how this season goes. I love our skill position and positions and the guys that are there, but the guys up front have to make this thing work.
I 100% agree with you. Now, there was something that Keyshawn Nixon said during player availability during the OTAs that I want your reaction to. If you heard your teammate say this, how do you react to this?
Is that good for the rivalry? Do you hate them?
They hate us more than we hate them. We've been worried about other teams, We worry about them now, though. They're definitely a good football team. They coach well. They play hard. But our process is not the Chicago Bears. That's not our Super Bowl. Our process is to win the North first. So the way we do that, we got to beat them anyway. It's just like Detroit and Minnesota. So our division is going to be up for grabs regardless because of the amount of talent that's in our division, just like the NFC West. I think the NFC is just the more loaded side. So the Bears is not like our thought process of the offseason. Like, who cares?
Bryan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and disagree with them. I mean, and I get times have changed a little bit, right? But I always thought our thought process was they're a division opponent. You have to beat them twice. We don't make a bigger deal out of it than what it needs to be. For Chicago, it's always been a bigger deal because they've been on the wrong end of it for so long. And they've been embarrassed by the Packers for so long. Like, it's been an embarrassing, if you want to call it, rivalry in this last year. Kind of just reignited it, right? They got two big wins, one to clinch the division essentially, and the other one to knock the Packers out of the playoffs. So it reignited the rivalry. But I think what he's saying is, like, for the longest time, it wasn't like this. Like we thought of it as an important game, right? All division games are important, but it wasn't what it's made to now. And to say you hate them and this thing and that, like I never looked at it as I hated the Bears, but I just always wanted to beat them. Like because they were in the division, you get 2 wins against them, gives you a better chance to win the division.
If he were to say, yeah, we hate them, he'd probably be falling into a trap that you don't want to go down.
Yeah, I don't think there's no need to even go down that, right? Like, to start firing this thing up right now in OTAs, which Johnson did last year with his comments on LaFleur and things like that, like, there's just no need to for the Green Bay Packers. You look at those 2 games last year, the ones that they lost, and like you should have won those football games. You gifted Chicago back into those games, and you allowed them to take those wins from you.
Don't say that too loud, Bryan, because these Bear fans are going to act like that never happened, like it was a runaway.
Yeah, I could care less what they say. But there's no need. I mean, I thought what Nixon said was fine. I mean, sure, we're worried about them. They're a good team. We have to beat them, and we have to beat them twice. Essentially what it is. I mean, don't make a bigger deal out of something, that it's not like that. It shouldn't be like that. I know the fans want it to be like that, but there's other teams in the NFC, like he said, that are a little more concerning at this point in time.
Woo! Spicy.
Bryan Bulaga, you're going to hear a whole lot more of him coming up next in 2 minutes on the Homer Hour.
Eastbound on 94 has got some backups from 164 all the way past Brookfield Road.